Morning everyone, welcome to the SRCG for the Japan Futures League version 4. Beautiful day here in Sano at the foothills of Mount Karasawa, about 30 degrees here. Looking forward to some good crickets today. Got some under 23 men's teams playing in the tournaments, the Japan Futures League. Here on ground we've got the Turtles and the Dragons. Looking forward to a good clash here. So I'll call in got a special commentator in the box today, and Nick Creasy, welcome.
Good morning, Toddy, and good morning, everyone.
We've had a bit of I think we're going to start a little bit late here, just due to some traffic drama on the way up from Tokyo this morning. And very special umpire standing in here, Alan Kerr. Looking forward to see Alan umpiring. Nick?
Yeah, I haven't seen him umpire before. He tells me he's pretty good, so we'll see how he goes. The umpires are out in the middle now. The players are just coming onto the ground. The Dragons won the toss, and Kazuma Kato Stafford, the captain, elected to have a bowl. And I had to talk to him out in the middle, and he said, you know, he wanted to have a look at the wicket, being a new wicket, to see how it played, and so bowling was probably the best option for them.
Yeah, interesting here today. We've got a new groundsman curator, Mahesh, come over from Sri Lanka, the Japan cricket. Interesting to see how his wicket goes. We'll go through the squad list for the Dragons. We have Kazuma Kato Stafford, Jake Kusuda Nayan, Arpan Chowdhury, Chihaya Arakawa, Dylan Fujioka Fletcher, Riku Nagoe, Rithvik Sivakuma, Keisei Doggett, Shotaro Hiratsuka, Aaron Regan, Eric Harrison, Patrick Burr, Monty Hines, and Manav Natharanjan. And on the Turtles, we have Niham Palmer, Kazumasa Hiratsuka, Tiger Hug, Bihan Tawari, Ryuki Ozeki, Keifa Yamamoto Lake, Hassan Muhammad, Ishan Kumalal, Ayash Waraj, Jisai Ando, Harataka Kakenua, Abdullah Sajid Sanam Litao, and Juto Ball. Just about to start here. We have a look. The bowler turns around. We can see who's opened the bowling for the Dragons. Opening the bowling is Patrick Burr. Looks like a good clash here. An interesting field. Bit of a short cover, short mid wicket.
Yeah, the cover's in a very interesting spot there. Almost a catching position, I suppose.
Also a beautiful day here, isn't it, Nick? Nice warm morning here in Sano.
It's a ripper. It's been a fairly warm winter and spring here in Japan, and yeah, today's pushing 30.
First ball of the innings. We'll start off with the wide. Yeah, pushing 30 today. It was a nice walk up from the hotel this morning. It's a beautiful day here for cricket.
Yeah, I started the day with an onsen, a nice hot spring, and refreshed and ready for a big day at the cricket.
Beautiful. Of course, on ground 2, we have another game. Looks like we just started over there too. A bit of swing, nice shot through the mid wicket. So I'll come back for 2. Bit of swing there for Burr.
Yeah, it looked to start around leg stump and then move across. Probably a little bit too full though. He's probably lucky to get away with only getting hit for 2.
Yeah, just didn't get the full face of the bat, but nice way to get off the mark.
Yeah, true.
Had a chat to Haresh this morning about the wicket, Nick.
Yeah, as they sneak one through gully for a single, that's good running, good fielding too. Yeah, I talked to Mahesh, and he seemed to think a par score would be somewhere 140 to 150. You had a look at the wicket?
Yeah, wicket was good, nice and hard. I think history says scores around 140 are a pretty good score here. So I think 140 would be more than competitive total.
Yeah, this is my first trip up to the Futures, but the JPL last year, pretty much, 140, 150 was a reasonable score.
Yeah, 150 was pretty much a winning score last year, but the wicket table's in really good nick for this time of the year. It is quite early in the season here, and as you can see on the stream, we've got a full colour of grass The creator's doing a good job. All nice and full again. Just found leg side for a wide.
Yeah, you can see he's trying to swing the ball, and it is swinging, but just has to adjust the line a bit there.
Oh, it's close. Just getting a bit of swing here.
Yeah, it seems to be going a fair way. That you know, that looked to start outside off stump, didn't it? And
yeah, it did. It's a bit of movement, which is good.
I think though he wouldn't want to put too many there on leg stump. If the batsmen get their eye in, he might be in a bit of strife.
Gee, big shot on ground too. 4 runs. Umpires for this game, we have Chris Bain and Alan Kerr standing in, as we said earlier, due to the traffic from Tokyo. A couple of people were late getting in. Nice shot there, but well fielded by the bowler.
Yeah, Chris Bain had to get out of the way of it. Chris is a Chiba Shark veteran of many years now, and often umpires in these tournaments.
Oh, nice shot.
Jeez, that's good. Yeah.
Cracking shot mid on.
Save your legs there, boys. The batsman didn't even run.
That'll be 4. Kiefer Yamamoto Lake, strong through the leg side there. As we have a look on the Futures League replay. Beautiful shot, full face to the bat and runs away for 4. Bowler.
Yeah. He didn't try and overhit it. I think that's the key. When the ball's coming into leg stump like that, just get the bat on ball.
He's a big, strong lad. Bowler goes around the wicket. Swing again. Just another wide. Just got to use radar. He's bowling okay. Just got to get his line right.
Yeah, the length is good, I think. But he might even, if he's going to keep swinging it in like that, he might want to pull even that short cover across to short mid-wicket maybe for the lefty.
Slide down for none. That'll be the end of the over. Just waiting for our scorecards to update here. At the end of the over, the Turtles off to a good start, 10 for none.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad over, but just the wides didn't help.
Yeah, definitely. He's got to use radar right. That's okay. New bowler here. There he is.
We have the captain.
Kazumakato Stafford coming into bowl.
So yeah, having won the toss and bowled.
I think the shirt numbers are wrong here. Oh no, it is him. Sorry. That's right. It's right. It looked like he was.
He's going to bowl.
Right. It looked like he was going to be right arm bowler. And I thought, what's going on here? Swap shirts.
It's a long way away. It's a long way away.
Of course, left arm pace bowler.
And they're persisting with that short cover. I suppose they think the ball might hold up a little bit in the deck. It's got a bit of grass on it.
I think it's just a bit of an aggressive field placement, trying to maybe get a catch on the up if you can.
Yeah.
Oh, well bowled. Good start.
He's got a really nice run up and delivery stride, hasn't he?
Beautiful stride. Good action.
Yeah, gets through the crease.
Rotates. Good rotation. Of course, everyone, you can follow the Japan Cricket Association on the socials at Cricket Japan on Twitter. Just search Cricket Japan on Facebook. Japan_cricket on Instagram, and of course, everyone watching on the YouTube channel, Japan Cricket. Please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave some comments, we can maybe answer some questions later on in the innings.
Yeah, that's a really nice ball from Kato Stafford there. He looks to be generating some good pace early on.
He does.
Although the keeper and the slip seem quite close. Or the slip, sorry.
The slip is a bit close there.
Sort of in that sort of 1.5 slips, which, I don't know.
In front of the keeper, it's going to fly if he nicks one.
Yeah, I
live
mean,
roll.
if you're in the slips, you're there to catch it, so you want to be able to see it.
Yeah, definitely helps.
Yeah.
Of course, those new to Japan cricket here, we might talk a bit about the structure of Japan cricket, what we have happening in junior cricket and all that. So it's moved along quite recently. The game is expanding here in Japan. Participation's up. At the moment, we have under 12 cricket blast, which has been around for a long time. We have the under 15 league, under 19 league, Japan Cup, which is a national competition.
Oh, it's a bit of a misfield there. They sneaked through for one.
The Japan Cricket League, which has 40 over T20 and T10 this year. And of course, the Japan Premier League, which is coming up in 2 weeks' time. And Nick is involved with Kent, so I think he's the coach again.
Yeah,
Kensei Chargers.
Got another gig from last year, so yeah, looking forward to it. We had a new selection process this year, a draft system.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a bit chaotic, I think, because for the JPL we have to also pick 5 players under 23.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so you had to sort of manage your selections with the age brackets, and it was good.
Oh,
Jeez, this is a very good over. Yeah, so the selection, the idea was to make the JPL a more even competition, and we have West Kanto, East Kanto, North Kanto, and South Kanto, and the team from Kansai, which I'm coaching again this year. So yeah, it should be a good comp.
4 Big Bash players this year?
Three Big Bash. We've got Josh Brown coming back, and Jack Wood and Baisley. James Baisley from the Heat.
Yes, the Heats. Of course, we saw Big Josh Brown made 100 here last year.
Yeah, he popped one up to the window, not far, just below us. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Just below the commentary box, we have like a club room. It's called the tea room. And the ball, I think it hit the tea room or went next to the tea. Hit it on the full. It was a big hit, but it was very good. So at the end of the second over.
No, it will be good, and I think just from being involved last year, and Josh Brown was on our team, and you know, he was so good with his experience of, you know, sharing his experiences on how to excuse me, how to field and how to set fields, how to bowl, how to go about, you know, winning a T20 game, which was really good. And I think a lot of the young blokes got a lot out of it, and even the older blokes in the tournament, not just our team. So to have 5 guys coming over from Australia this year is really good.
Yeah, it was fantastic to Josh was unbelievable with his time and teaching all the young guys, and he took moments to talk to everyone, and it was really great to see. And I know how much it meant to the young cricketers here to see someone like Josh playing cricket in Japan. It was fantastic. So we've got Burr coming for his second over. In the air and out. That's why that man's there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's a perfect fielding position. I assume that held up a little bit, maybe in the wicket.
Have a look on the replay here.
Yeah.
I think he just hit it on the up. It was nice and full.
Yeah.
It's trying a bit of a slashing drive. Caught it short cover. Nihar Palmer have to go for 4.
Yeah, unfortunately he couldn't. Was that Palmer?
Yeah.
Number 3. Oh yeah. Yeah, he couldn't replicate his form of the under-19s match against Singapore last week, where he scored 160, which is I think maybe the highest score for a definitely for the under-19s.
Yeah, definitely come for 160 last week. The under-19 Japan team headed over to Singapore.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a 5-game series or a 4-game series, which unfortunately only 1 game got completed. Japan were defeated by Singapore, and in one other game where Nihar made his 160, Japan batted and then it was washed out after a couple overs of bowling. But what an amazing achievement for a young man under 19s to make 160s. Just shows how far Japan cricket's coming, especially in the young under 19 competition.
Oh, exactly.
Nice shot.
Yeah, that's a good ball. That's a much better line.
Of course, next week we have the under 19 World Cup qualifiers here.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Japan, Fiji, and Papua New Guinea. 50 over World Cup qualifiers. Winner of the tournament will go through to the World Cup. Very exciting.
Yeah, so this tournament now is the perfect lead-in for that. Like, you know, the boys should be cherry ripe.
Yeah, definitely playing tournament just before the World Cup qualifiers. We'll get some cricketing, so good practice for all players, and really good to see the Future Stars competition with a lot of players coming from afar, local and afar, to participate in this Future Stars tournament.
Yeah, I was talking to young Max Lynn this morning, and he's a member of the Kansai team that I'm coaching in the JPL, and was with the under-19s in Singapore. Just wait for this ball. Oh, look out! Oh,
Think it's playing good.
yeah, I think that was just not a great shot by the looks of it. Yeah, and Maxie was saying that, you know, that he's done some travelling, you know, over to Singapore from Australia, and then him and his dad Nick, I was talking to, and they said, you know, sitting for basically 5 days watching the rain in Singapore wasn't great.
Oh, shots!
That's a bit better.
Oh, big
Oh, look at that,
six.
it's gone over the fence. That's a lot
Key
better.
for Yamamoto Lake, right in his zone. Good
Yeah.
shot.
That's
Turtles move to 18.
That's just where he's got to really be careful with that line on leg stump. Like, he's got to start it further outside off, doesn't he? Otherwise, he's going to come in under some fire there.
Pretty into his hitting zone, as you saw before he played that nice on drive, and
Yeah, exactly.
just loves flicking the wrist through. Nice shot. That's better.
Yeah, and so then for Max, then from Singapore to here, which a lot of the boys have done that as well, right? They've been to Singapore and come straight to Japan, and you know, it's good for them because a lot of them, it's coming from Australia and New Zealand, the players, it's their off season now, but the people there's a few here from the UK as well. So it's their season will be starting. But I suppose for the young fellas, you know, to as much cricket as they can against good competition is really important.
Most definitely.
We had a couple of from the Chiba Sharks, who I'm involved with here in Japan, and a couple of our young players were with the under-19s as well, Nikhil Paul and young Timmy Moore, and I think Nikhil hurt his hamstring the week before in a T10 game, so I don't think he played in.
No, he didn't play in Singapore. I spoke to him yesterday, and so he's said it's starting to get better. So
Yeah. Oh, that's a good nut. That's very good. Good follow through too. Yeah, he said he's very hopeful it'll be right for the qualifiers.
yeah, he's doing everything he can to make sure he's right for the qualifiers next week. So.
Yeah, he's been getting physio, and he's not playing today, but maybe tomorrow.
I think he said he might. I think he might sit out just until
The whole tournament.
Well, I think yeah,
Yeah.
from yesterday, but maybe it's changed overnight.
Kato Stafford comes in again. He's hitting a good line and length, isn't he?
He is, of course, bowling to Kazumasa Hiratsuka. Japan Under-19 World Cup. Last World Cup, Kazumasa played in Japan qualified for the Under-19 World Cup.
In South Africa?
In South Africa, yes.
Right,
Of course,
yeah.
we held the tournament here in Sano last time too, for the Under-19 World Cup, so good to have it back here next week.
Yeah. Just throwing the bat at that one, and didn't make great contact, but it's probably a good idea. It was a bit wide.
Yeah, try and take use of the power play here. Trying to up the scoring rate.
Yeah, 1 for 18 off 3.2.
Yamamoto Lake on 10. Hiratsuka on 1.
That's really good. That fielding position's come into play again.
Yeah, it's a good Good aggressive fielding position. The short cover. Of course, if we have a look at the fielding, we've got a third man, got a slip third man, points, short cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, and a deep backward square. Of course, power play first 6 overs.
Yeah, you'd think Hirotsuka has to get a single at least off this ball. Oh, he needs to score.
You're looking for some width here if you can get some. He's pretty strong through the offside there.
He gave himself a bit of room. That's good.
It's out there for 1.
Kato Stafford's comes into the left-hander here.
Oh,
an absolute ripper, just outside off stump. It's a bit of action on ground number 2 here, another wicket. I think that's the distinctive walk of Chris Thurgate there, umpiring.
yes.
He's been called into play because of the traffic jam.
We've, by the looks, I think we've got 2 standing umpires on ground 2.
I think so.
Both umpires having some traffic difficulties. It's on their way up from Tokyo today. Of course, Sano sits in Tochigi Prefecture, about 1.5 hours drive from Tokyo.
Yeah. It's unfortunately the traffic jams are something that you have to deal with in Japan, and I think there was an accident on the highway, so hopefully everyone's okay there. But our umpires weren't involved in the accident. And after years of living here and playing cricket, like, you know, if you're up for a 10:30 start, it's better to give yourself a couple hours up your sleeve when travelling on the roads here.
Seems to always be accidents on Saturdays or when a cricket tournament's on.
Yeah, there's a few bottlenecks on the roads coming up here. We're going to change a bowler here, have we?
Yeah, change of bowler here. We have Keisei Doggett coming out to bowl. So wide to start. Score moves on to 20. Shot straight to the fielder. Oh, well bowled. Nice line.
Yeah, he's got his line back after that first ball, which is good to see. The field hasn't changed. Or has it?
Same field.
Yeah, fine leg and a third man, point going, short cover and mid off. Bit of a slash outside off stump, and yeah, 3 in the ring on the leg side. Keisei Doggett, who plays with the Randwick Petersham Cricket Club, has recently received an award, the Wayne Mulherron Encouragement Award, so he's had a good season. Drag that one down a little bit outside off. Chris Bain extends the arms to signal wide. We got another wicket on ground 2. Another wide here, unfortunately.
Looks like it's swinging a little bit here. Just got to get their radar right a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely swinging.
Score update on ground 2. We have the Vipers just lost their 3rd wicket. So score is 29 for 3. Back here on ground 1. It's still a bit short.
Oh,
Got it! Catch!
just come off the top of the bat by the looks of it. Didn't quite get onto it in time. Was a good catch though.
Great catch.
Yeah, right.
Have a look on the replay.
Understand it, man.
Bit short. Kazumasa trying to go over mid-wicket.
Oh, cameraman got lost. Yeah, it was a good catch. Got off the toe
Catch
of
by
it.
Captain Kazumasa Kato Stafford at mid-wicket.
So that score update is 2 for 22.
The score moves to 22 for 2. Kefumi Yamamoto Lake not out 10. Young Doggett picks up his first wicket.
Yeah, was it probably not his best ball, but it's a wicket, so it goes in the book.
That's right, it's in the book.
Yeah. And Kazumasa Hiratsuka didn't really get going. 2 off 9 balls. Excuse me. He threw the bat at a couple and looked to get a hold of that one, but just never really got one out of the middle, unfortunately.
Yeah, he just struggled to get going a bit there. We'd like to say thanks to our sponsors, Mitsui Knowledge Industries, MK, men's and women's lead partner, and Mizuno, the national team supplier. Thanks for your ongoing support of Japan cricket.
Yeah, it's good to see Mizuno, who traditionally have been a baseball or more Japanese sports and swimming and what have you, but getting into cricket is good. Very good for Japanese cricket.
Yeah, fantastic. Great partnership too.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Mizuno.
When I played baseball, my glove is Mizuno, so very good quality.
Yes, they make very good gear, don't they?
Yep. And look, we've got a slip back in for the new batsman. So they've taken square leg out and put a slip in. It's probably a good idea. The ball is moving.
Nice aggressive placement here, field placement.
Yeah, I like it. You've got a team 2 for 22. Sometimes you see in these games they just put the field back a bit and let them get their singles. But I'd much prefer to have that attacking style and try and clean the team up, get them to 4 for instead of being 2 for.
Yeah, we're kind of in the game, aren't you now? So 2 wickets, we get another one in the power play. It helps bit of control, nice and full.
Yeah, I think in most games at T20, if you take 3 wickets in the power play and, the score is at 20 odd, you're going to win most of those games. So they've started very well. Look out, just see the umpires wandering in here. That's a good sign that they've made it to the ground.
Just another wicket over on ground 2. The Vipers lose their 4th wicket.
They're in a bit of trouble.
Back in ground 1. That's well there by Doggett.
Yeah, that's a good ball. Pulled his length back just a little bit and dug it into the pitch.
In the 5th over, Turtles 22 for 2.
That was quite a good over. A couple of looseners, but
yeah, loosener first of all. Then he found his line and length, his length, and it was good. So new bowler coming on here. It's
might be the spinner, I'd say. The keeper's gone for the helmet. Is it Shotaro Hiratsuka?
Hiratsuka, of course, his brother Kazumasa Hiratsuka playing for the Turtles, which just got caught at mid-wicket. Though a nice catch from Kato Stafford.
Yeah, it's a shame that he doesn't get the bowl to his brother.
Would have been interesting.
Yeah, there's always a good chance for some gentle sledging in family sledging.
Bit of banter.
Especially if you can pop one over mid-wicket or vice versa, get the wicket.
Over the power play, we've got long on and deep mid-wicket.
So do you think Yamamoto Lake will have a bit of a go here?
I think he will if he can get in his zone, which he should be able to with the off-spinner coming around the wicket.
I think he has to. He's got one.
Knocked down for 1.
Yeah, he's sort of at that difficult position now when you're 2 for 23. Looks like young Ashley Thurgate's made a golden over there on ground 2, unfortunately. I came up, I gave Ash a lift up from Tokyo yesterday. Obviously, he didn't take any advice from me.
Oh,
there's a run there.
I'll pick up a bye.
Yeah, when you're 2 for 23 and the power play still, you almost this over. If you could, scrounge 10 or 12 out of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're really behind the 8 ball.
Need a good over here.
Yeah, it's almost worth the risk of a wicket to try and get 12 runs, I think.
Yeah.
Off the last 4 balls.
There's a bit of a gap there between deep mid wicket and the long on, and that's his zone. So if you could get one up in the air, but well bowled by Shotaro, he's just keeping it just outside off stump. To be aware of his hitting zone.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he has to try and put one over cover if that's where he's going to bowl. Another good ball, though. He's sort of darting them through. Not much air on that one.
Thick outside edge there. Outside edge there.
Yeah, he threw the bat at that, but unfortunately for the Turtles, he didn't make contact. He threw that up too. That I suppose it's a bit hard for the new batsman, but he probably could have had a go at that.
Nice over there from Shotaro. Just the 2 off.
Yeah, that's a very good power play over.
So then the power play Turtles 26 for 2.
Yeah, look out, we've got an umpire exchange here.
Well done to umpire Alan Kerr.
Alan Kerr is out of there like a rat up a drain pipe. He wasn't hanging around any longer than required.
Head of cricket operations.
He's probably got 1,000 things to do. He did a good job, I think.
He did a good job. It's quite warm out there now. I'm sure he'd be happy to take off his long pants and long sleeve shirt.
Yeah. See Dougal Bedingfield wandering around the boundary on the other ground. He's the head coach of the Japan men's team.
Double umpire swap from ground 2.
Ground 2, yeah.
Everyone's arrived.
They look like they don't want to go. They're standing there at the short fine leg, and now they come off.
Looks like bowling change here on ground. Oh no, we're just waiting for the umpires. New umpires just come in, so they're just waiting for him to come in. So I know we do have a bowling change here. Jake Kusadanan's coming to bowl.
Come in from where he plays on the Gold Coast. I was talking to him yesterday, and he said he'd had he started the season slow in Australia last season, but by the end of the season he'd worked his way up into first grade and second grade, and did quite well. Yeah,
he did mention that to us this afternoon that he had a bit of a slow start, but then once he got going, he played some good cricket.
Yeah. And he's part of the JPL this year. He was on the Kansai Chargers radar, but he was unfortunately gone by the time we got our pick.
Couldn't get him, mate.
No.
On his leg spin. Up a bit quicker through the air there.
Yeah, he just sort of ambles in, doesn't he? And got a good rip then when he lets it go. Yeah, the Manav Natarajan as well.
Oh,
he's a good young leg spinner.
On the switch hit.
And that results
in look at the replay. I think it's hit the back of the bat.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Lost it. I couldn't see it. So we have a look on the replay. On the switch hit and hit the. What must have hit the back of the bat and run down the fine leg before.
Yeah. Well, you take him
They
anyway.
needed it.
Yeah,
they needed the Turtles.
Yeah, I think Yamamoto Lake has to have a go here.
Moves to 16. Flicks one down for a single to mid wicket.
Yeah,
Turtles.
Jake's a little bit short. Probably needs to get it up a little bit further. He said he was a bit nervous before the game.
Was he?
Out in the middle, yeah. Got that short cover back in again. Good move. That looked like it came out a bit better out of the hand. A little bit full, but
I like the line he's bowling, very straight.
yeah.
In the air. Oh, it's going to go over mid-on.
The fielder's going to get there. Yeah.
So I'll pick up 2.
That was definitely the best ball he's bowled. That landed on a good length and line. Had a bit of loop to it.
Well bowled at the end of the 7th over. Turtles move to 33 for 2. Update on ground 2. We have the Vipers batting.
Well, we might see a wicket while we're looking there, will we? Oh, fine legs.
Catch.
Had a bit of a juggle.
Vipers currently 36 for 5, so got a bit to get back into the game. We're halfway through the 8th over, so hopefully they can get a bit of a partnership going.
Young Maxi bowling over there. Got 1 wicket.
Charlie Hines, 3 wickets for 1. 2 overs, 1 made. So shots are continuing. Oh,
just cleared the fielder. He's got
powered
to push
it.
for 2. The runner's a bit slow. Oh, come on, son.
Oh, dear, mix up here. There's going to be a run out here.
Out.
Oh,
dear. That's probably not textbook running between wickets there, Toddy.
definitely not. It's good. Just powered it over that man at short mid wicket there. But
yeah, I mean, there was always 2 in there. That's a fairly long boundary. And he had to move to his left.
it's interesting running between wickets, to say the least. Turtles moved to 34. Bit short.
He's missed
Couldn't
out
get
there.
it away.
He seems intent on hitting it through the leg side, doesn't he? Probably
He
needs
does.
to think more offside if he gets a chance.
Oh, he's gone the reverse. They're going up. He got him!
Yeah, that looked...
Shot it all with the LBW. Keeping Yamamoto Lake.
I'll have a look on the replay, but it looked pretty adjacent from up here.
We'll have to go for 19. At the front of the hand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was plumb.
Very close. It's probably moving, going to hit leg.
Yeah, middle and leg. I don't think Yamamoto Lake can be too unhappy with the decision. He's probably not too happy with the shot.
I think he's just trying to get something going.
Yeah, it is a hard time to bat when, you know, what is it, 3 for 35 now off. Sorry, got my reading glasses on. 7.3 overs. They're at the stage now where they really have to, you know, get cracking. Probably a good time to have a talk about the pitch now, mate. I think it looks to be playing quite well.
Yeah, it's playing very well, I think. Yeah, very happy with the way it came up this week. New groundsman's done a good job. Getting a lot of grass on the square, which helps with holding the soil together, and the pitch playing well. So
Yeah.
left a bit more grass on it than normal for this week.
Yeah, it's a
got
good idea, I think.
Got a lot of cricket coming up over the next month, 6 weeks.
And it's going to be 30 degrees as well, so
And
you don't want to dry out too much, do you?
the pitch is predominantly ryegrass here, so what happens with, for those want to know about grass, I'll let you know after the shots are bowls this ball.
This could go anywhere, this
It's a dot.
conversation.
So we use there's a grass here called ryegrass, which is what we call a winter grass. So in the summer months when it gets hot, it dies off, and with these pitches here with our heavy roller, once we get a bit of heat, the grass will start dying off on the square. So to combat that, decide to leave a bit more grass on the pitch to hold it together.
Yeah, it's a
especially
good
early in the season when it's not getting those 30 degree days.
I think there was a bit of an optimistic shout for LB there.
Yeah, it wasn't maybe a bit high, a bit short. No run.
Lucky to get away with that. Yeah, sorry, back to the grass.
So we used, and then try to get some what we call Bermuda grass, which is summer grass on the pitch during the season. So we seed. So looking at that'll probably happen
But
maybe after the tournaments.
it's a unique sort of situation, the climate we have here, because in the summer it's 35 degrees and you know, 100% humidity, and then in winter it can be -10 up here and the ground's frozen.
Yeah, it's quite challenging. So at the end of the over there, we have the Turtles 35 for 3 off 8. So I'll have to try and get going here. Batsman Ryuki Ozeki and Giselle Ando at the crease.
Oh, Jake's thrown it up and nearly paid off. Got to need to put more pressure on the fielder there, running between wickets. So that wicket where the square leg umpire is over there, is that the wicket for next week, is it?
Yeah, we've cut that one out to have a look at that one. So we're going to maybe looking at. We'll have to use maybe 3 pitches. We've got 6 games in 6 days.
Yeah.
So we're having a look at our options. But oh, nice and full. Still going down leg.
Might have just pitched outside leg, I think.
So yeah, we're looking.
Good ball though.
We'll probably use another one in the middle there too. So
okay, yeah,
for the week. Nice and full.
Oh, he's hitting a good line and length now. That's really, really ordinary running between wickets. There was 2 there every day of the week.
Just the one there to Ando. He gets off the mark with a single.
Yeah.
Ozeki is 4 off 7. 4 off 8. Right? He's 3 off
he's
7.
hitting a good length here. That was the wrong one, I think. Let's have a look at that in the replay. I think it was. No replay. Yeah, didn't appeal.
Only wickets 6s and 4s, I think.
Oh, really? Or appeals? No, I think it was the wrong one, or a top spinner.
Bangs it into the deck.
Will they go for 2 this time? Oh, yeah, they're coming back. That's the way, boys. That's the way. Got to put pressure on the field. Even if you don't go for the second, you got to put the pressure on. Every run in this T20 is so important.
Oh, full toss.
Oh, geez. Just snuck that over mid-wicket. It's not going to get to the fence. Got to push for 3. Yeah, they're coming back. Wonder if, was that above waist height? Let's see from the umpires.
No,
nope.
Legal delivery. At the end of the 9th over, the score moves to 42 for 3.
Another good over there from Jake Kusadaman.
Over on ground 2, the Vipers currently 41 for 7, nearing the end of the 9th over.
41 for 7. That's probably not what they were after when they started out 9 overs before, was it?
So they can get a little partnership here.
Yeah. What's how do you play it from there? Would you try and bat your overs now?
Yeah, well, I think you just need to
get to 20
maybe
overs
the next 5 overs get a partnership.
Yeah. When usually the field's reasonably spread at that time, isn't it?
Should be able to knock a few singles. You've got the short boundary there. If you can get that going. Nice aggressive field here with a slip in.
Yeah, I don't mind a slip here. And that short cover is still in there. That's been a very good field placement. Oh, it's gone straight through everyone.
So pick up 2 buys. Score moves to 44 for 3. Nice aggressive captaincy of the field. I don't think we've got anyone outside the circle.
Oh, let me stand up and have a look at square legs. Square legs going back now.
Dropping back for...
I don't think there was.
Ozeki. Ozeki's on 8. Down leg. That'll be a wide.
He's missed out there. Any bat on that and that would have raced away for 4. Seems to have quite an open batting stance as well. I wonder if that comes from a baseball background. Quite a few of the young Japanese players have a baseball background, which makes them really good in the field.
Shot that interesting bowling actually. Bowls out of the front of the hand.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be getting a lot of spin or anything.
He's bowling well. His figures. He's into his 3rd over. 5 for 1 in the air. It's just safe, and they'll pick up 1.
That's fallen exactly in the middle of those three fielders, hasn't it?
Zeki moves on to 9. Score goes up to 46.
Another open batting stance here as well. Oh, that's gone through everything again. I don't know how that missed the stumps, Todd.
Just skidding through there. Some buys.
Buys. Oh, that's all runs to the total, which is now at 47. Wait for our refresh. 48 for 3 off 10 overs.
Halfway through 48, I think they'll be looking at hopefully getting to a 120.
Yeah, definitely.
130 maybe.
I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe there is a little bit in the pitch that we can't see from up here.
Could be. Oh, another wicket down on ground 2. Gee. There's the 8th wicket over there for about 45.
Yeah,
Back here on ground 1, we've got hit the field. What do we've got a long on. Everyone else up in the circle.
I keep thinking there's 4 fielders on the leg side. The umpire's uniform's exactly the same
Oh,
as the team.
wow, bow.
That is a ripper. He seems to have got rid of his nerves now.
Well here, Jay.
Oh, that's a good ball. You know, we go back when did T20 sort of kick off and everyone said it'd be the death of spinners and, you know...
They did, didn't they?
They you know, it'd be just the pace bowlers, but it's really... The game's changed and the spinners have helped to change it.
Oh, bowled. Gets through.
He snuck that through. They might go. Oh, no.
Got a bit on it.
Oh,
boy.
Oh, that's 4.
Oh, boy. It's 4, I think.
He's
touched the rope there.
I think he's over the rope.
I can see,
No, there's no...
okay.
What's
No,
Westwick's
we're not.
running in? What's he saying? Is it 4? No? Only 2.
Oh, boy. Look
Did
4
they
to me.
get 2 or 3?
I don't know. Should have got 4.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's high. In the air. Oh, he's just... One of those awkward ones where it gets behind you and he just lost sight of it and he, geez, did a good effort to get to it in the end. Full strength.
Yeah, I don't know if the sun played any part in that. It's a pretty bright day here, but he's looking up in the air now, so maybe it did, but would have been a good catch. Batsmen don't seem to be showing any signs of aggression here. They're sort of letting Jake bowl the way he wants to bowl. As
Nice shot. Oh, well fielded.
Very well fielded. At square leg. That might be young Rithvik.
Good running. They pick up a run. There. Zeki moves to 10.
A young Chiba Shark. Very good fielding.
The end of the 11th over. Turtles. Just waiting for our scorecard to update here. Turtles moved to 53 for 3.
Yeah, that was a bit better over. 5 off, but they probably need 2 or 3 overs of at least sort of 8 or 9, or you know, more, obviously more if they can. But 5's the start. Still a very aggressive field.
Done.
Must have been close to a wide, but the umpire kept his wings down.
Oh.
That's good footwork.
Yeah, he did well there.
We haven't seen, I think that's the first time anyone's gone down the wicket.
Yeah, no.
The slow bowlers.
Yeah, no one's tried to get down the pitch yet.
I think with mid on and mid off in the circle, it's a pretty safe shot if you can get down and just loft it over.
Like that.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't quite get it over, but yeah, that's the idea. That's good running. Put pressure on the fielder.
And pick up 2.
Yeah, good start to the over. Let's see if they can kick on. He threw that up a bit. I think that's the shot. Get, you know, either plant your foot or take a step down and try and hit it back over his head.
especially with the field up.
Yeah. Oh, he's missed out there. That fielder comes into play again at short cover. He's been busy. It's not a position you see often in T20, is it?
No. See it in some 50 over cricket. Oh,
Yep.
gee, short down leg
That was a
side.
good
Says,
shot.
thanks for coming. Whips away for 4.
Yeah, he missed one of them last over, and you know, you get the run for the wide, but it's much better to have 4 off your bat.
At the end of the 12th over. Total 60 for 3. Zeki moves to 15 and Ando up to 7.
7 off the over.
Good over for
That's
the
better.
Turtles.
Yeah. I think that's the base from now on in. You know, if they can snag 7 off each over, and then you're going to have a couple of overs that would, you know, maybe get them up to 120. Because if they go at 5 and over, the projected score at the moment is 100. So you'd want another, at least another 20, I think, on that.
Jake's come in for his last over. But,
He's hitting a very good line and length now.
19 for none off his 3.
He's unlucky not to have a wicket or 2.
Shot that I just bowled out and he picked up 4 overs, 13 for 1.
Yeah,
His
that's a
spell,
good
good spell.
I think you know, if your spinners can, obviously 1 for 13 is a great spell, but you know, even if they can go at 5 or 6 and over for their 4 overs, they've done their job.
Oh, definitely in T20 cricket.
And he bowled at 1 over in the power play as well.
Yeah, he did. He bowled the last over with power play. Oh, wrong un. Oh, wow. Dot ball. Tosses it up.
He's dragged that through.
He's got a bit on it. It's going to run away for 4.
Yeah. The outfield's in good condition here.
It's running away pretty good.
It's looking really good. We were up here with the Chiba Sharks for the T10 2 weeks ago, and it was quite that white colour that you get in Japan. But the grass seems to be coming in.
Yeah, I did see on the stream. Let's have a look on the replay here. On the replay, we just saw the nice 4. So that's Ando moves up to 11. Score up to 65. Come back, Paul. Yeah, I was watching the T10 stream, and I thought, oh, gee, the grass is still dormant. But the last 2 weeks, it's really kicked on. I think we gave the ground a top dress 2 weeks ago, put the sand on the ground, and that really puts a bit of heat into the ground, which gets the zoysia grass active and goes what we call dormant in the winter months, where it stops growing and goes yellow. That's probably enough grass talk for today.
Yeah.
But at the end of the over, the Turtles 65 for 3.
No, I'm going to keep going with the grass talk. When I first come to Japan a long time ago now, and it's surprising, like in the middle of winter and everything's just brown. Playing golf or cricket, or you know, and early spring and stuff. It's definitely different to Australia, where the grass is green in the winter. You know.
Yeah, all the grass here most of the grass is native zoysia grass.
Can you spell that for us?
Zoysia.
Very good.
Do you want the do you want the species name?
Yeah, well, we might save that for the afternoon game.
Zoysia japonica.
Oh, look out! I did know
that's
that
enough
actually.
Grass talk, so.
Chris Thurgate and I were talking about that last week, and I looked it up, and there's quite a few japonicas.
Yes, it's bowling change here. Eric Harrison coming into bowl. His first over.
He's got the edge. Down to third man for, again, the batsman can be putting a bit of pressure on the fielder there. His arm is not supersonic from the boundary to third man. He seems to be quite whippy, young Harrison.
Yeah, I haven't seen Harrison bowl before, so we should see how he goes. I'm sure it'll go well. Oh, he bangs it in, a bit short.
That's a good shot.
Cracking shot.
Yeah, a little bit too short. It just sat up nicely, and bang.
Ando's moving along now. He's up to 15. So have a look at it in the replay. Too short, just nice pull shot.
Just rocked back on that back foot, didn't he?
Bit classy, wasn't it?
That might be his shot. That's the shot of the day so far.
Turtles move up to 69. Starting to get the run rate moving a little.
Yeah, they got to hopefully consolidate this over. Another boundary would be nice. The field still hasn't changed though. Only 2 men out at fine leg and third man.
Good comeback there.
Yeah, that was a good ball. It's good to see a young bowler. You know, they bowl one short and everyone bowls one short and see what happens. But then to be able to come back with a really good ball, the next one is very important. Let's see what he can do here. That's an interesting shot. Not quite sure he was trying to hit it to mid-on.
Just caught a little bit there.
Yeah, he's missed out there. That was a full toss outside off stump that just needed to be hit for 4. That would have really, you know, kicked the score along.
It's currently 70 for 3. Ando 15, Seki on 17.
Let that one
wide
go.
there.
That's pretty wide.
Pushing them through a little bit there.
Yeah. He's got a... He runs in quite fast and he's got that very fast action.
Yeah, he does.
Not much of him, is there? Very slim.
Yeah, it's quite lean.
We could probably lend him a kilogram or 2
I've
from
got
the
a bit for him if
box.
you need some.
He's
Oh,
got an edge.
slashing outside off stump. Let's go for 1 down to third man. Score moves up to 71. On the stream here, you can see in the background the sight screens which we built yesterday.
Well, you build. I just turned up and put one cable tie in.
I mean, I was a part of the team that built them. I wouldn't say that I built them. Lucky that we had some of the fathers of the tournament players here to help build it.
Yeah. Nick Lynn was involved in that, and who was the other dad? I didn't catch his name.
But
thanks to him,
Alan
was up there. Was Alan? He was overseeing, was he?
Well, it was a bit of a challenge to build the sight screens. Just end of the over there. Turtles move up to I think it's 72 for 3. That's Zeki on 17 and Ando 16. Harrison 1 over, 7 for none in his first over. Looks like we might have a bowling change down this end.
The umpire's signalling something. It's really hard to find the umpire amongst those players out there.
They've all got the same shirts on. It's Riku Nagoya.
Nagao.
Sorry for any mispronunciations.
That's all right. I'll do the specialist Japanese.
Nick's lived in Japan for how long now, Nick?
25 years.
25, fluent in Japanese, and he's very good at pronunciation. So
I wouldn't say fluent. Another wicket. Is that the end of the innings over there?
It's all out for 58, the Vipers on ground 2.
The Vipers have been bitten.
Oh, left arm.
Is he coming around the wicket? He's running between. He's keen to go. He's running back to his mark. It's good to see. Obviously, it's good to see the boys who come from other countries, and you know that some of them have Japanese mums or dads, and parents from England, Australia, New Zealand, and etc. But it is good to see the young Japanese boys getting involved as well.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic when to see the young Japanese boys being involved in tournaments like this and really progressing through the pathways of Japan cricket.
Just dropped that a bit short, and
shot.
That's probably been dealt with as it should have been. That's a good shot.
Kept a bit low, but he really flicked it through the leg side for 4.
Yeah, he went with the shot. It might be time now for the Dragons to... Well, they've got a few back now on the leg side, but... Oh no, they've got their fielders back now.
Ando moves to 20. Turtles up to 76 for 3.
Yeah, this is a good little partnership. They just need to keep going here the way they're going. That's better. Good comeback ball. Seemed to swing a bit, did it?
Just it straightened up a little bit. So getting back to the scoreboard, the sight screen. building of the sight screens was we had to design something that would be wide enough, because unfortunately we had old sight screens which were built some years ago, but it gets quite windy here at the ground, and they were just destroyed by the weather.
A typhoon took care of them, I think, sometime last year.
And unfortunately our old beautiful scoreboard suffered the same
fate.
The same fate as the sight screen. So we had to build new sight screens, and a bit of engineering by national team coach Dougal Benningfield. We finally got it done with the help of some parents of the young boys playing in this tournament. So thanks to everyone. Oh, that's high, top edge.
Keepers after it.
Oh, nice catch. Nice catch there.
That's a unfortunate dismissal, because these boys were going along well.
Have a look on the replay. Just got under it a bit and got the top edge. Big wicket for the Dragons. Nice partnership there from the Turtles. Ando got going well there. He got up to 20. Well, he's going to have to go. The Turtles 76 for 4.
So we projected score is 106 now at the current run rate of 5.3. They'd be hoping to push that to 120, I think. 120 if they can. Who's coming into bat now? Oh, that's a wicket
new
first
batsman
ball.
at the crease was... Sorry, we just having a look here. Isham Kumalau is going to go for a golden duck. Caught it cover.
He will be walking off thinking, yeah, I probably could have done a bit better with that. Watching the replay here.
Unfortunately, just sliced it a little bit off the face of the bat, didn't it? Just to the man at cover. Young Riku gets his second wicket.
Yeah, he's on a hat trick.
At the end of the over, the Turtles 77 for 5.
I wonder if they'll bring the field in for that hat trick ball when he comes back on.
Surely.
I hope so.
Give him a chance.
Yeah. They don't seem to do it a lot these days, though, even in the test matches. They don't have a chance. They don't, like the old days, you know. The fielders would crowd the bat. You'd have 7 slips and a short leg and a silly mid off.
Harrison continuing from the mountain end, as we say. So we've got 2 ends here. We've got the school end, which is where the commentary box is, and where we're sitting high here on level 3, and then we have the mountain end at the other end. Of course, Mount Carousel. Oh, that's a wide.
The keeper hasn't been able to get over.
Right.
Oh, that's gone for 4.
Hit the rope there. Yeah. So nice little 5 for the Turtles. Move up to 82.
Yeah. 4. Yeah, that's very handy runs. 4 wides. Did he call it wide?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The mountain 2 weeks ago was beautiful.
Oh,
the
no ball.
Sakura,
no ball. Actually, must have hit the pitch.
The sakura trees were looking very good.
Yes.
Nice pink and white colours on the mountain.
Full toss in the air, and that should be out. Got him. No, it's a free hit.
It's a free hit, so.
Yes, I arrived on Monday in the sun, and I saw some of the sakura trees were still flowering up the mountain.
It was a good season this year because often they flower and then we get a rough day, a windy day, wet day. But this year it was good. It was sort of 5 or 6 days of just perfect.
Oh yes, of course, because then they flower and then the wind comes and just blows
them all up. Yeah, we have, and a lot of the schools have their entrance ceremonies in April because school starts here in the sort of first or second week of April. So my wife was quite happy to get some photos with the sakura and my son who entered high school this year.
Nice. Sugoi.
Yes, Sugoi. Kirei.
Oh, about going around the wicket here.
There from Waduge.
Just going around the wicket here. Harrison?
It's something you see a lot. The left-hander comes on and the young bowlers come around the wicket. I don't know. I prefer I think better to have the bowler going across the left-hander. What do you think?
I think I feel there's maybe more control if you're going over the wicket, around the wicket to left hand. As long as you're not pushing it down leg side, as we say, leg thighs there, 2 leg buys. Score moves on to 85.
And maybe he has some intel on the batsman that we don't have. Maybe he likes it outside off as well.
I think bowling to left-handers is a bit of it's a bit tougher at a young age, just to get your radar right. So, and if you can use the crease like,
it's gone straight through him, but it's missed everything.
If you can use I'm watching Harrison here on the monitor, and he's really getting wide on the crease. So I feel like he can control where he's going to bowl. If he wants to bowl just inside the wide line or at the body. Whereas I feel that maybe he feels that he might drag it down a bit if he's bowling over the wicket.
That's a very good assessment.
It's a bit straighter there. Dot.
Hit straight to short mid-wicket. A young keeper here, Chihaya Arakawa, is having a bit of trouble getting the handle on the ball. A few of these that have come through close to the stumps.
Round 2, we have the Gorillas just going into bat, chasing 62. Back here on ground 1, Harrison comes in the bowl. Nice and straight.
They've gone for 1. Good running. Good fielding, good cricket. Just have a look. Do you think the keeper's standing quite close to the stumps? Well,
I did think that actually at the start of the game. But it was a bit close, but maybe it's just not getting through.
Yeah, maybe.
To that height.
Here we go, the hat-trick ball.
Oh, here we go. Hat-trick on.
Oh, hat-trick. They've just heard from the ground. They've realised it's a hat-trick ball. Kato Stafford, the captain, is moving the field around. Oh, you'd nearly whack a slip in, wouldn't you?
Well, wouldn't hurt. New batsman is
Waduge.
It's 1 of 5. Ozeki going quite well. He's been a bit of an anchor in the innings here. He's 18 off 29. Played a good role earlier in the innings.
Yeah, he sort of had
that partnership.
Came in after a couple of quick wickets, and yeah. Here we go.
Oh, full banger.
Full banger, and it's been put out through square leg.
Oh, 4 no ball and free hit coming up.
Yeah. That was quite well played, right into the gap. Look on the replay here. The pressure might have got to him from the hat-trick. Oh, he
big hit.
To have got, no, he's hit straight to square leg, but it's a free hit, so no harm done.
Pick up 1.
Yep.
Score moves on to. Sorry, our scoreboard isn't updating yet. But, nice breeze coming through here now.
It's a beautiful day. Absolute ripper. As Bill Laurie would say, a good seeing day. I'm not really sure what that ever meant, but...
Oh, full. It was just short. No run.
He nearly hit that straight to mid-off then.
Turtles up to 92 for 5. Full. Close down. They'll get a single. Up to 93. Zeki. Zeki up to 19.
4 overs to go. It's time to have a bit of a crack, do you think?
Well, I think they're going alrighty. They're probably looking at a 120, I'd say. That'd be a nice target for him to set here for the Dragons. Going back over the wicket.
Oh, that's a lovely shot.
Yeah, nice cut
that'll
shot.
go, will it? Yeah, that's
All the
four.
way, that's 4.
That's very well played. And the batsman's come a cropper in the middle of the pitch, but he's all right.
Wadage gets 4. He's up to 10. Turtles up to 97.
He raced a 10 off 7 with two boundaries.
Nice cut shot there.
And he's played that with just lent on it. There was no force.
Oh, gee, he'd slip over on the replay.
He looks a bit proppy there. I hope he's all right. What's he done?
It's shoelace, is it?
Oh, I really think, though, you could do that up yourself. I don't think you need the wicketkeeper to do it.
Yeah, probably. You
Well,
probably can do it yourself.
Keeper's got to take his own gloves off, doesn't
That's
he?
true.
Yeah. Interesting. How would you have gone back in the day playing cricket if the batsman, you were fielding and he said, "Can you do me shoes up for me?"
I would have done it for him.
Would you?
Bit nice.
No, I wouldn't have.
I would have sledged him after it. No, I would have done it for him.
No, I can't imagine I
It's
would
a
have.
gentleman's game, Nick.
It is a gentleman's game, but bit of a hold up here is maybe the keepers tying them together. Right?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, bowled, no run.
He's really running between the balls, this young fella. It's good to see. He's keen to go.
Last ball he's over coming up. 16 for 2. Up he's 2 for 16. Full toss. Hit away.
Good fielding there by Kusadan, I think. Yes.
Knock it down for 1.
That's
The end of the 17th over, the Turtles 98 for 5.
another good over.
So Zeki 19 and Wadage's 11.
3 overs to go. 5 for 97.
On ground 2, we've got the Gorillas. Off their first over, no score, none for none, chasing 62 for victory.
I wonder if the people driving past the ground when they see cricket in Japan, like cricket not being a major sport, what they actually make of it.
I think here in Sano it is quite well known everywhere I go,
Yeah.
Especially at the hotels and izakayas or restaurants. You venture out for dinner, most people ask why you're in Sano and say cricket, and they all say, yes, cricket. In as good Japanese as I can say, but not very good.
Cricketo.
Kriketo. As Kazuma Kato Stafford comes back into bowl.
This boy is very fluent, isn't he? Wadage. Good wristy flourish at the ball.
Turtles up to 99. Kato Stafford.
Kato Stafford's definitely the quickest bowler by quite a way in this lineup, isn't he?
He is, of course, opens the bowling for the Japan under-19 team.
Yes, he does.
So to his third over. He's bowled quite well. He's got no wicket for 3 runs so far. Batsman will feel like that's one that got away. A bit on the hip there.
Yeah,
so no run.
Might have hurried him a little. The Gorillas are off to a conservative start over there on ground 2.
3 for none. Oh, shout for LB, not out.
Good shout, but probably pitching outside leg. There wasn't much interest from the bowler and the keeper, and the umpire just walked away quickly.
Oh, slow ball. Knocks it down.
Good fielding at mid-on. Young Harrison, I think.
That was well fielded. They'll pick up 1.
Didn't quite middle it, did he? Got a decent piece of bat on it.
Total's up to 100, so
that's
done
good.
well to get up to here so far. They've lost a clump of wickets earlier. So
Then those 2 wickets in 2 balls didn't help, but they've recovered well. They can snag another 20 would be very nice for them. I think they'd actually be happy with that, wouldn't they?
this is a nice partnership between Ozeki and Ando. Oh, he's banged it in. Oh, he's hit it straight. Oh.
That nearly got past the fielder then. A bit of a spin on the ball.
It's a bit up
He
in
did
the
quite
air.
well.
A bit uppish, but they'll get 1.
He didn't seem troubled by the bouncer, did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't at all. He's quite established on the back foot.
Yeah.
So Zeki up to 20. Wadiga's up to 13 for 12 deliveries.
That's what you want coming in at this time of the game. It's got to be a runner ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. He's done well. He's hit 2 fours. Strike at 109.
Yeah, that's good. Push it. Just the one to deep cover.
Zeki up to 21. Just gone up to 102. So at the end of the 18th over, the Turtles 102 for 5.
Kato Stafford's bowled 3 overs for 6 runs. That's very good. You'd take that any day of the week. We've got to change a bowler here.
Bowling change.
To
We've got
Doggett.
Doggett returning. He's bowled 1 over earlier.
Regulation field here. This time of the game. It was regulation, but they changed it. There's a deep square, backward square, and a deep forward square. But they've changed now with the left-hand batter. They were quite close to each other on the fence out there. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I saw it and I was thinking, what's happening out there? Why are they
Yeah, there's like,
in each other's pockets?
yeah.
Bit of a mix up in the field, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to have 2 guys out there, but you might want to push your forward square leg a bit more towards mid-wicket, I suppose.
Doggett picking a wicket in his first over. He's bowled well, nice spell. Nice and full. That's in the air and out.
The young fella's held on. Well
Doggett
done.
picks up his 2nd wicket. Good effort. Nice catch there from what number is
Nagao.
it? Nagao. He's in everything at the moment. Nagao. Turtles lose their 6th wicket, 103 for 6.
Yeah, he's had a day out. That's definitely not what the Turtles were after then. They'd done well to get over 100, but projected score is 114. We've got 10 balls remaining in the innings, and then now we're on 103. You'd hope for them to find the boundary or clear the boundary in their last 10 balls. The new batsman is Abdullah Sajid, right-hand batsman. Let's see if he can pop a few. There's a bit of a hold up here. The fielding team
Having a drink?
having a drink with 10 balls left. I think, boys, you could probably
Come on, boys. There's
hustle up a bit.
one over after this.
Some boundaries happening on the other ground. The Gorillas are getting moving over there.
Gorillas. To 11.
Interesting name choice, isn't it?
It is.
It's not a
but,
Japanese animal or anything.
Could have went with. I don't know what Japanese animal could they go?
Monkeys, I suppose. There's monkeys around here.
In
Nihon,
Sano?
Yeah, Nihon Sabu. They'd be somewhere around here, in the mountains.
Probably in Mount Karasawa, right there.
Yeah, it could be. Could have called them the
Karasawa-san.
Inoshishis, which is wild boar. There'd be wild boars around here.
Bowls. Oh, nice shot on the up. That'd
That's
be
a
four.
good start. He's just sort of taken half a step and gone bang over mid-off.
Sajid Abdullah just swinging through the line.
Thank you very much.
Have a look here on the replay. Give yourself some room or bang.
Yeah, I think that's what's needed now. Have you ever eaten the wild boar over here? You might have it at one of the restaurants here. They're everywhere.
What is it?
It's wild.
No, like what are they?
They have it in a nabe, like a
No,
pot stew, and then they cook it on yakiniku as well on the
do they?
Korean barbecue.
Yakiniku? I've probably had it yakiniku before.
Sometimes it's there.
Is it nice?
Yeah, it's good. Very tasty.
Dog it nice and full.
Comes
Chips
straight
it
back
over
his head.
mid off.
Batsman going to come back for two. You have to come back some. Well done. Easy two at the end.
Score goes up to 109. So wild boar.
Yeah,
I'll have to try it.
there's a good name for a cricket team. The Boars.
They probably do it at that yakiniku one that we went to near the train station there.
Yeah, possibly.
The
But
nice
more of an
place.
izakaya.
Yeah,
style,
izakaya one. Yeah. Anyway, back to the cricket. Balls to go. That's 9 balls to go. Turtles up to 107. I think it's 109 actually. I think
Yeah, the
that's
fielders are scurrying here. We got mid-off coming back to the fence. And then a sort of a wide mid-off is inside the circle.
Turtles up to 109.
One man behind square on the leg side in the circle.
Bowled him.
Stumps
Zaga
everywhere.
picks up his 3rd wicket. Bowling very well.
Oh, young Sajid had the right idea there. He did well. 6 off 3. That's what's required now. Unfortunately, he just missed that one.
That's up to 3 for 11 off 1.5.
That's very good.
Turtles with their 7th wicket for 109. Over on ground 2, we've got the Gorillas 17 off 4 overs. Chasing 62.
45 needed with 16 overs remaining. You'd probably put your money on the Gorillas at this stage.
5 need to take some wickets.
Yeah. In a hurry. Alright. Who's the new batsman? Just waiting for our scoreboard to refresh. Or the batsman to turn around and show us.
Trying to see the number of the shirt. He's facing the other way. Of course, the camera now is from the end that we commentate from the commentary box, from the school end. As you can hear the charms, the lunchtime charms here in Sano, the 12 o'clock charms. As they go out through the mountain area here.
Oh, there's a chance
Oh,
here
run
for a
out,
run out.
Oh, jeez, out by half the pitch.
That was very close. I think we could have given that one out from here, Toddy.
I reckon we could have.
Kusada Nan had all 3 stumps to hit and just missed. by the reaction, it must have been close. The new batsman is Tiwari.
1 over to go. Turtles up to 110. Probably looking at 10 plus off the over. Get up to about 120. I think that'd be competitive chase for the Dragons. Temperature's starting to get a little bit up out there, I think. Nice and cool in the commentary box there. Nice breeze.
Beautiful here, out of the sun.
It's quite warm out there now, I think.
Mm.
It was warm on the way up here on the walk from the hotel.
It was nice in the car.
Would have been.
I did offer.
You did.
Okay, 1 over to go. Score is currently at 110. So, yeah, if they can snare 10 runs here, they'd be quite happy with that, I think.
Oh, wow. Bowled him.
Kato Stafford to be quite happy with that ball.
Oh, shit. Top
That's
of
a
off.
jaffa.
That is an absolute ripper. Turtles lose the 8th wicket. We have a look here on the replay. Oh,
yeah.
Wow, bowled.
He might have rolled his fingers across that, did he? Bit of movement off the
Maybe. It's his first wickets. So his figures are 1 wicket for 6.
He's definitely deserved a wicket. He's been the best bowler. I mean, if you can bowl 3 overs and only go for 6 runs, you've done all right.
He definitely has bowled well.
Yeah. What have we got here? The new batsman is Hirotake Hakinuma. Young Japanese player. He's batting on leg stump by the looks of it.
See what he's got here.
He just needs bat on ball.
You can get one on the leg. If you can get a bit of width, you can smash it through the offside here. Fields up. Which he's tried to.
He has. He's done well.
He's
fast.
He's quick.
He's not going to get run out.
Tell you what, the Japanese players are fast between the wickets, aren't they?
Yeah, they're quick.
They're very fast.
I think, like I mentioned before about the baseball thing, like it's because baseball's hit and run. You got to run. There's no jogging to get to the base, so they're sort of, it's ingrained in there. If they've done baseball as a junior, it's pretty, pretty much something you need to do.
In my baseball career, I did not run like that between the bases.
No, neither did I. I still play occasionally, have a whack with some mates, but there's not much running involved. Slower ball, and he's got that away for 1.
Turtles up to 112. Done okay here, I think, considering projected score was about 90, about just under halfway through the innings.
Yeah, they've done well. And have you been to a professional baseball game here?
Yes, I've been. Yes, I go to watch the Swallows. They're my team. As you
Yeah,
can see, I've got
the
the retro Swallows hat here in the commentary box.
Did you see the sad news this year? The Swallows mascot, the guy who's done it for years, passed away.
I did see that news. He was an older gentleman in his 70s, I believe.
Yeah, and they were like the impact that it's had on the team. They were, listening to some of the players talk about it.
It was actually quite devastating for the club, wasn't it?
Yeah, the fans as well. Like they were like, how can we continue without our mascot? Because I mean, it wasn't just the fact that it's the mascot of the team. He does other things with the team as well. Like
okay.
He's there every day and supported the team for years. So, yeah. But how are the Swallows going this year?
Last I looked, they'd only played 5 games. I think they were 2 and 3. But I haven't looked this week. I have to have a look. I'm actually heading to the Swallows game. I'm actually going to 2 games. So I'm going down to Yokohama to watch the Bay Stars.
Yeah.
They're playing the Giants at Yokohama.
That'll be good.
On a Sunday, 2 weeks on the Sunday. Then on the Monday, we're going to watch the Swallows at home. So, tries to get, they'll get a single.
Good running. That is very well run. He runs about another pitch length past. He's keen.
He's quick.
Yeah, he can't stop. My problem is I can't get going. Stopping's not an issue. Yeah, I follow the Chiba Lotte Marines over here in Japan, and unfortunately they're sort of middle of the road.
Of course, you live out at Chiba?
Yeah. No, I haven't been yet.
Last ball of the innings.
Let's see what he can do.
Give himself some room. Slow ball, well bowled.
That is a great spell.
Gee, good dot. So at the end of the innings, the Turtles will end up 114 for 8, setting the target of 115 for the Dragons. Quickly run through the scorecard. Palmer 4, Yamato Lake 19, Hidatsuka 2, Ozeki 24 not out, Ando 20, Lal 0, Wadoge 19, Abdullah 6, Tawari 1, and Kakinuma 2 not out through the bowling. Burr 1 for 17, Kato 7 1 for 10, Dogger bowled well with 3 for 12, Hidatsuka 1 for 12, Jake Kusuda none for 24, Eric Harrison none for 2, Rico Nagoya 2 for 17. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the run chase by the Dragons, chasing 115 to win. Bye for now. Welcome back to the SICG for the second innings here, where the Dragons are about to start the run chase. It's 1:15 to win. Welcome back, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. Good to be back after a short break. And I wonder how they're going to go about the run chase. Are they going to go for it from the start, or will they, get set and then kick off?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Of course, they've national team captain Kendall Katawaki Fleming is in the Dragons support staff this tournament, so I'm sure he would have spoken to the boys about some tactics. Looks like we've got bowling. Opener bowling is Abdullah Sajid. Let's see. Came out and whacked the big four, didn't he?
Yeah, he came in and put one over mid-off. He's a big unit.
And the batting here is Chihaya Arakawa. I'm just not sure who's at the non-strikers as yet.
Yeah, and if these boys take after Kendall with the way they play and go about cricket, it will be quite an aggressive run chase. He can certainly clear the fences when necessary.
Midfield here, we got a deep backward square and a deep fine lead. I can't see from here.
Yeah. Yes, just down in front of us, and third man's inside the circle.
Yeah, first ball of the innings. Oh, gee. Big in swinger. Big shout. Oh, gee, that was a ball.
I'd like to see that action again. That was very interesting.
Wow.
Is it sort of a windmilling?
Windmill action.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice ball. Start. Big in swinger. Good shout.
Take a close look at this action as he comes in. Down leg side, and the keeper did well to get a glove on that.
Dragons off the mark.
Tiwari. The Turtles have got a cover in, but he's not quite as aggressive as the Dragons employed.
Nice ball there.
Is he getting it to come back off the wicket or through the air?
Nah, just a bit of swing. Does swing a bit here, doesn't it, in Japan, the ball early? It's the quite humid conditions, or a bit of moisture in the air a lot of the time.
Yep. The Turtles are up and about in the field.
Pushing it down leg side for another wide.
Let's see if he can rectify his line here.
Oh, bowling!
Certainly has.
Big Abdullah Sajid takes the first wicket. Bowls Chihara Arakawa. We'll have a look here on the replay. Something about Sajid bang, top of middle and leg.
That's come back a mile.
Great delivery. Yeah, Dragons lose their first wicket.
1 for 2. batsman taking guard now. Number 10 is Kazuma Kato Stafford, the captain. He'll dig a trench if he keeps going with marking centre. Field changes here. Square, fine leg's gone quite square. They've brought in a gully. They've got a slip in and a point. Wide, very wide third man. Just had to have a look where he was. And a short cover and mid-off, mid-on and square leg.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good, doesn't he?
He's got that fast bowlers sort of, you know, shuffle through.
Big, strong lad too. Just hits the creaser. Looks like in game 2 it's all over.
Yeah, that's done and dusted.
The Gorillas beat the Vipers. The Vipers is an interesting name. What do you think about the Vipers as a name?
Yeah, I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
What do you like better, the Gorillas or the Vipers?
Oh, Vipers for sure. Vipers for sure. In Mamushi is the Japanese word for viper.
Mamushi.
There's not many poisonous snakes, but they do have them in the mountains here.
Oh, probably one here in Mount Karasawa or something.
Yeah,
door.
if you went for a hike up Karasawa, you'd probably run into one.
There's a wide. Dragons move up to 3.
In Japan, it's like a good luck charm if you have snake skin in your wallet.
Oh, okay.
To keep the money in there, I suppose, keep people from putting their fingers in.
Keep the snakes out of your wallet.
Yeah, and we went up to the mountains years ago. To my wife's family lived up in Niigata.
Mm-hmm.
Saji bowls another good ball there.
Where's Niigata? There's a racetrack in Niigata.
Yeah, that's about 2 or 3 hours north of Tokyo.
Okay.
Not far from here. If you just kept going north from here, you'd bump into Niigata. And we went out with her family's neighbours one day and collecting some mountain vegetables. Like in spring, they put them in tempura and cook them up. They're really nice.
Beautiful.
And they found a snake. They found a viper and they chopped its head off. And the next day they gave me the skin. And they dried it out and said, "Put this in your wallet." And
did it help keep money in your wallet?
No. Didn't help at all. But it was a pretty cool thing to pull out occasionally.
Yeah, that is cool. So you're going around the wicket here? Oh.
Yeah, I probably would have stayed over. It was getting the swing that he's getting, you know.
I think it's a left-hander thing where
Yeah.
people want to go around
They
the
want to
wicket.
go around the wicket, don't
Watch
they?
a bit of TV.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Ever since Andrew Flintoff did it to Adam Gilchrist all those years ago in 2005, it seems to be a thing.
End of the first over, the Dragons are 3 for 1, chasing 115. Alright, so we got bowling. Is this Kazumasa? Yes, Kazumasa Hiratsuka coming on from the school end. Sun shining here in Sano. It's getting quite warm out there. See what Kazumasa has. Keisei Doggett facing his first ball. Ooh, big and wide. Dragons move to 4.
Yeah, that's 3 of them are wides. Makes it easy for the batsman if you continue to bowl wides, doesn't it? Just checking the scores there, the Gorillas knocked off the Vipers quite comfortably, didn't they?
Oh, wow, bow. Straight through him.
They passed them 1 down for 62 off only 11 overs. That's a comprehensive win.
Batsman going to the umpire here for something? Something wrong with his bat? By the looks?
I used to think there was something wrong with my bat when I played too.
Yeah, I think there was something wrong with mine. Couldn't make it right.
He couldn't hit the ball off the square. Had to be the bat.
Well, full toss.
Oh, his bat might have a hole in it. He's just missed that.
Couldn't cash in.
Yeah, no, I don't think I ever complained to the umpire about that though. Yeah, he's missed a golden opportunity there. A nice juicy full toss outside off stump and just missed it completely. Oh, that's a really good bit of fielding at point. Hirotsuka just getting a nice bit of outswing, but struggling to hit the well-prepared pitch here today.
Pick up one?
Yeah, 1 to point. It was good running. They ran with the shot. What sort of field are we going to have here for Kato Stafford? Square legs going back to the fence, backward square, fine legs coming in. We've got a short backward square and no, he's going to, oh, hang on, the field's confused. We've got a wide mid on, regulation mid wicket, mid off, short cover, point, backward point and a third man. Oh, that's well played off the pads there from Kato Stafford for 1. Down to deep backward square. The presentation ceremony's just wrapped up there from the first game on the ground number 2 here. Oh, that's a good shot from.
Nice shot from
Doggett off his
Doggett.
pads. Just flicked that around the corner. Pass short, fine leg for 4. He moves to 5 off 4 balls.
Dragons up to 10. Oh, nice full toss. Hits a cover, run out chance. See, ooh.
I think he might have been safe.
Close call. It's he makes it in without hitting the stumps at the end of the second over. The Dragons move to 11.
I think if you run with the shot there, you're pretty safe.
Chajid comes back on, just leg by for 1. Score moves to 12. Back in the bowl. Nice ball.
That's a very good ball. Well left, actually.
Good lead.
few people in the grandstand over there. Literally a few.
Crowd building up here at the SICG.
They're coming in. There's a few milling around. It's probably quite hot sitting over there.
It looks quite warm out there. Oh, well bowled. Very impressed here. He's bowling very well. The dot.
Yeah, he's still moving the ball well, isn't he?
Sure is.
The groundsman Mahesh is over there on the roller, getting the wicket ready for the afternoon game on ground 2. It's a big roller.
5 ton.
You could probably pave a road with that, couldn't you?
Nice and full. The dots.
Good fielding in short by Yamamoto Lake at cover to stop the single. I'd say he'll be the next bowler into the attack when they decide to make a change.
Oh.
Squared him up a bit there, didn't it?
The 12 for 1. Last ball, the third over coming up. Oh, wide, I think.
Snuck through the keeper's legs.
Gonna run away? No, they'll pick up 2.
Right down in front of the freshly constructed sight screen.
Yes. Bit of engineering going on this week with the side screens.
Yeah, it looks like a good setup.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty happy with it.
Was that your idea?
Dougal. So we did a bit of engineering design because we're definitely not engineers, and decided to get the scoreboards built. So we had to build something, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Another good ball.
Oh, bowled.
Another good ball.
At the end of the over? Yes.
I think it is.
End of the third over. Dragons 15 for 1. Kazumasa continuing from the school end.
If you were batting right now, you might target him. Seems to be
Bowls a lot of outswings. I think there's an opportunity to really hit the ball through the cover region.
Through or over cover.
If you want to throw your hands at it.
Well, that's a good ball.
That's a full run out chance on. He hits his out. Got him! Direct hit. There's the fielder. Niha Palmer.
Niha Palmer. That is a very good bit of... It was a sort of an optimistic run there, but...
Kosei Doggett run out on the fielding of Nihil Palmer for 6. Dragons 15 for 2.
And a bit of strife here. The fielder didn't have to move far at all to pick that up and diving throw at the stumps. It was very well done.
A good start here for the Turtles.
Yeah, that score of 114 looks very good now, doesn't it?
Moment,
Yeah, very competitive. Kudatska's bowling a very good line and length here. Kato Stafford seems intent on getting his eye in before he starts playing some shots. He's let a few balls go.
1 from 11. New batsman is Monty Hines.
See the younger
non-striker.
brother of
The non-strikers in. Oh, a bit of a flick. Oh, got away with it.
got past the fielder.
Outfield's starting to quicken up a bit here, and as the temperature gets up, grass is drying out a bit. Pick up 1. Score goes to 17 for 2.
He was lucky to get away with that shot there.
Yeah, it was a bit uncontrolled in the air. Nice shot.
Oh, that is a good shot.
Good shot
It's a
for
good
no
ball
run.
too. It's a good over so far.
1 ball to go. Score at 17 into the end of the 4th. We're looking to get a bit going here. I think the Dragons in the power play. Last 2 overs of the power play. Bowls nice and full. Oh, gee, it's almost gone on to hit the stumps. Wow, bowled Kazumasa.
Did you get some bat on that? Shot
Not
down.
sure.
did it?
End of the 4th over. Scores 17 for 2.
A little bit behind in the run rate here. Current run rate of 4.4. Required is 6. So yeah, you'd think one of these batsmen would look to try and score a boundary or 2 in the next 2 overs. A lot of waving here on the ground. I think they might want the helmet.
Spinner coming
Yeah,
on.
spinner's
looks like
coming
it.
on.
Looks like the bowler is
Just some advice for the
Number
young boys
4.
there. Make sure your helmet's ready to go on the boundary.
Waddlegare. The bowler, I think, coming on the bowl.
Right arm off spinner. Who looked quite good with the bat too.
He batted well.
Very stylish little left-hander. Very wristy. Not quite Brian Lara like, but
Yeah, he was
that
good with the
mould,
bat. I
yeah.
thought he batted well.
a couple of nice shots through the covers and point. When you're on top in the power play, the spinner can be a gamble, but then if it pays off, it helps you to win the game. So.
Yeah, it's really helps, doesn't it? If you can get 1 or 2 overs of spin through the power play for no runs, it really helps limit the total.
Yeah, especially with 2 wickets down, that the Dragons wouldn't want to lose another wicket here. Oh, it's a good start. The bails are off, but I don't think the ball hit the stumps. I assume the keeper knocked them off. Look at the field here. We've got a fly slip on the circle, a point, backward point, forward point, short cover, mid off. Oh, that's out.
Straight through him. Monty Hines.
The Turtles have come out of their shells here. They're,
Oh,
they're
boy.
going off.
Monty Hines gets bowled for 0. Turtles 17 for 3. Turtles out of their shells, Nick. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, they look to be up and about. And you can't say that about turtles too much. It's not something you'd say a lot, that a turtle's up and about, would you?
No, definitely not. It's, they are.
So to be up and about, you've almost got to be out of your shell as a turtle.
Nice start here, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going well.
Nice delivery too for the fly.
And that's that thing with the spinner. You know, when you bring it on and it pays off. I mean, that's a big wicket. You know, the number 4 batsman out. Oh, sorry, number 5 batsman. What's his score now? 3 for, yeah. And 3 wickets inside the power play is very handy. The new batsman is Jake Kusadanan, who bowled quite well with his leggies. I was a little bit unlucky to not get a wicket earlier on. But let's see what he can do with the bat. He tells me he had a reasonable season with the bat. So we'll see if he can put that into practice here today. The captain's taking a lot of time with the field here. Got a man at deep square leg on the fence, forward square, man at deep mid on.
I'd like to see the extra cover coming a bit shorter for a catch.
Yeah,
Well fielded.
That's a good start by Kusadanan. That was really good fielding there. That would have gone for 4 if it had got through. 2 left-handers here, and the field will remain the same. Everyone else is inside the circle except the man at deep forward square and deep mid-on. Mid-on's quite straight. Darted that one in.
Yeah, well bowled.
Kato Stafford, who still seems quite patient.
Well bowled. He's going to get going, I think, here, Carlos Stafford. Opportunity here. No one out on the offside on the fence. I think he can really give himself some room and throw arms through the offside region. Oh, he's bowling quite well into his body, not giving him a chance. So, good battle between bat and ball here.
We haven't seen many reverses or laps today. There was only the one that Kifi Yamamoto Lake hit off the back of his bat before.
He tried 2 switch hits and one went for 4 off the back of the bat. But no, we haven't seen a lot of foot movement.
No, I
think
think
it's really going down to challenge the flight or challenge the bowler.
No, even off the medium paces, I think you can sometimes generate, you know, some movement, momentum into the ball by taking a half a step down. But the boys seem to keep their feet planted today.
Kazumasa coming back on.
Yeah, he's going for it. This will be his 3rd over again.
Dragons 19 for 3 off their 5. Last over the power play. I'll be looking to go big here. Dot ball.
Dot ball to short cover. They're up and about in the field, as you would be at having a team 3 for 19.
Oh, uppish. Let's get 1.
Yeah, he was very lucky there. Not far away from the bowler's outstretched hand.
Score moves to 20. Kato Stafford to 5 and Jake's 1 off 1.
And Kusadanan to face his first ball from Hidatsuka. Few movements in the field, but in total they only moved about 30 centimetres.
Nice shot.
That's a good shot.
Keep finding the fielders here, the Dragons, aren't they?
Yeah. It's very positive. His first shot to get off the mark was good too, out of the middle. That one wasn't quite out of the middle, but still a good shot. That nearly snuck through.
Just pick up one.
Sajid there at backward square leg, fielding quite nicely.
Fouled. It's one run out chance if he hits.
No.
No. Pretty quick between the wickets.
Yeah, the fielder had to be in on that a bit quicker.
Carter Stafford goes to 6. Dragons up to 22. Last ball of the power play. And they hit the boundary. Ball's nice and full. Can't get it away, Jake.
Hit it into his pads and it just rolls out on the offside.
Top ball, so then the power play. The Dragons, 22 for 3.
Yeah, 15 runs behind the pass score. And the run rate's up to 6.5, or 6.6, which, from what we saw in the first innings, you know, it's not going to be easy to go at 6.6 and over.
No, I think that they need to get a bit of momentum going. I think that's all that's needed.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a lull, but bowling's been good, I think.
It certainly has, yeah.
Haven't really given many chances. So playing some nice shots, just hitting some fielders, so if they can get that to turn a little bit and get it in their favour, give themselves a chance to up the run rate.
Yeah, apart from a few wides, there hasn't really been any bad balls. They've bowled stump to stump, which is always hard to get away. Taking a long time to get their field sorted here. There's 2 left-handers. I think maybe the fielders thought it was a right and left-hander. But we're sorted now. Here comes a spinner. Gives it a little bit of air and very good fielding on the offside. Restricts it to no run.
Oh,
must be close.
Oh, bowl, tossing it up.
Maybe going down leg.
I think so. Probably on.
It
skin.
wasn't the keeper didn't really appeal. The bowler was interested. But. Oh, could be trouble here. No, good running between the wickets. You might just sneak that fielder in a few steps, eh? They've taken a couple out there.
I think there's, maybe an opportunity to put him in a more catching. But they're doing well. They're limiting the runs at the moment, so plan is working. Well bowled.
He's hitting the spot. Beating the bat again. Batsman just looked to work that through the leg side or down to fine leg, but couldn't make contact. There's a lot of dot balls here.
There is, bowling well. Turtles have come to play today. Oh, inside edge. So run out chances on him. Gee, I thought he should have went.
Might have been close if it had a hit.
I thought the keeper's end was on there for a run out too.
Yeah, the batsman had to go round the cape to get there, run around the other, his partner.
End of the 7th over, score is 24 for 3.
Okay, we've got Hirotake Kakinuma into the attack. Bowling right arm, medium pace, a little bit down leg side, and that's called a wide. And we have a special guest in the commentary box at the moment. South African cricketer Tony Dizorzi. Welcome to the commentary.
How's it, guys? Thanks for having me, Nick.
Yeah, no worries. So you're over here in Japan helping out a little bit with some coaching and consulting?
Yeah, it's a cool opportunity. I think yesterday was the first time I was coaching in Japan. It was really cool. I didn't realize how many guys were actually playing cricket in Japan, that there was like a full-on cricket culture out here. And the amount of talent that I saw yesterday was pretty cool to see. So many guys committed, guys taking long trains just to get out here and train and play cricket is really, really cool and heartwarming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you definitely have to be dedicated to play cricket in Japan. It's not something you can just do at the end of your street like a lot of us grew up with. You know, cricket at home was something that was very accessible, but here it's not.
Yeah, like I said, the guys take long trains out to play, and you can see how much commitment there is. So it's really cool to see that kind of energy and love for the game all the way in Japan.
Yeah. Oh, sneaks that down to mid-off for one. And how long are you in Japan for?
I'm just here for a couple of days, so I'll be here coaching in Sanu, helping out as much as I can. So yesterday was the first kind of group kind of session, helping everyone out. Today's obviously the games, and then again I'll be here on Monday. So just trying to give as much advice, information to coaches and players as much as I can while I'm here, and then I'll leave pretty soon, unfortunately. Shot.
That is a good shot. It's a one. And like to these young guys, obviously young fellas starting their careers in cricket, and some of them have played for Japan in the under-19s. And what advice would you offer them as a batsman in T20?
A lot of the guys came through yesterday asking pretty insightful questions. So that was cool to see. There was definitely the guys were a bit nervous at the beginning, but once they got a bit more comfortable with me, asking some really good questions, a lot about mindset, strategies and game plans, which was quite cool to see, because I know when I was young there's always a big focus on technical stuff, and I think a lot of the times the good players are the ones that have really good game plans and actually good strategies, and not too fixated on technical stuff. I think 2020 now is obviously being pushed as a big format for everyone to watch, and sometimes people can get sucked into just boundaries and sixes, but I think the really good players have shown that if you have a really good game plan, that's usually when you actually provide some consistency for yourself and the team.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the guys came to speak to me about opening the batting in 2020, and obviously a few of them said, you know, they've experienced where there's a couple of dot balls and then try to play a shot. And obviously I opened up about the fact that I also struggled with that in 2020 cricket, and that you do feel in this format that if you're not hitting boundaries, you're not doing anything. So sometimes rotating strike is something that just gets overlooked.
Yeah.
And I just reminded the guys that, look, actually in the power play, for 36 of those balls, you're only trying to beat two guys out. and the bowler's under more pressure than you. And I think sometimes when you're opening the batting, you kind of take it all on yourself. Like, okay, I'm supposed to get us off to a flyer, but the bowler's actually under a lot more pressure as a batter. You just got to try to stay calm, stay focused. And if they miss, you only, like I say, you've got 70 meters to play with. There's only 2 guys out.
Yeah, exactly. So the score's moved on to 3 for 31 here, the Dragons, of 8 overs. A little bit behind the run rate. So if you were in this situation now, with the required run rate is... hang on, better wait for a refresh here.
Oh, nice sweep. That's clever batting, that. I really, really like that.
Is up to 7 and over. What would you do in a situation like this? Would you be looking to rotate again?
Yeah, well, I think the start of this over, he's played a really nice lap shot there. He's looked at the field, and I think in 2020 you have to take smart risks. And what he's done there at the beginning of the over is really, really cool to see. So he's just gone on his knee, taken 2, and essentially if he just gets off strike for another couple of overs, he's going at the rate required. So I think that's really nice to see, and that's something that obviously, like you say, that's what I would be trying to do, especially against spinners. At the beginning of the over, it's a nice opportunity to get off to a quick start. If you manage to transfer some pressure, and doesn't always have to be a 6 or 4. Like I said, there he's got a 2, got off strike, and they're basically on par for the start of this over. Exactly, and that's nice to see, another off strike.
Yeah, that's a good single there. So they've already got 4 off the first 3 balls.
Yeah, they're doing nicely, and then hopefully, obviously, the spinner looks for something, tries to do something, and you put it away. If not, get off strike, and you're going at 7 and fancy. And at the end of the day, this is a right-arm offie to a lefty, so it's probably not his best matchup. So that's why I said the risk that he's taking with the lap is a good one. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, smart risks is a good term, I think, to teach the kids.
Yes.
When they're learning the game. Cricket, you've got to take risks to score runs.
100%.
Yeah, you don't want to be giving your wicket away easily.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that even that option for me is not the worst option, because he's only got a cow. You hop across, access the leg side, and he's taken out a dismissal by going across his stumps. There's umpire's not really going to give him out because he's gone so far across. So I like what he's doing.
So you mentioned getting off to a fast start, but you don't necessarily mean that to be a 6 or a 4. Like, you hear the commentators often in the IPL and Big Bash, it's like, if they can score a 6 or a 4 off the first ball, it sets up the over. But
yeah,
your advice is don't necessarily think about 4 and 6, but just get off strike or rotate the strike. And
yeah, I think it depends. I mean, obviously, if you get on a good wicket and it's nice and flat, and your first ball goes for a boundary, then you have an opportunity. Oh, he's put him down.
Yeah, that was a relatively easy chance to square leg there.
Don't think he was expecting it, but just see by the reaction, I think he thought it's going over him. It came straight to him.
Yeah, it would have been a very handy wicket, because the Dragons are trying to consolidate here, and another wicket would have put him in a bit of strife.
Definitely.
Score now is 3 for 36 off 9 overs. Yeah, so it's still, the run rate required is up to 7.1, but
in this situation, you just hope one of the batters identifies who's the guy that's probably going to have to bat for longer, and don't put too much pressure on himself. So one of them is probably going to have to pull the trigger in the next 2 overs, and hopefully there's a bit of communication about who's the batter that's going to take it to the 15-16, and he's just basically looking to rotate. I think it should be him, because he's got a really nice touch game, runs really hard between the wicket, and then eventually one of them will probably have to start applying pressure.
Yeah, that was Kazuma Kato Stafford, who's been in for quite a while now, who just pushed one out to leg to deep backward square.
Now, if Stafford just keeps getting off strike and taking down to 50th over, the guys can kind of bat around him. He looks like he's got a nice technique.
Yeah, he's 15 off 30 now, so he should have his eye in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want from the other side, though, is dot balls. So they've got to start batting in a partnership, and like I say, one of them will probably have to up the ante.
So you think the mindset that you guys play with in the South African national team you can definitely bring that into junior cricket like this.
Yeah, I think firstly,
Always missed out there.
I have noticed that, as I said earlier, when the guys are younger, there's a big focus on techniques. Oh, that's a free run.
Yeah, that's.
Understand.
It come off the stumps actually. Yeah,
it took a bit long for them to realize that there's a run out there for them. Yeah, I think when you're younger, I think there's a big fixation on technique. So I think the 2020 game is an opportunity for guys to actually develop the ability to hit the ball. I know in my generation there was back home. There's obviously a lot of technique coaching and that kind of stuff, and we didn't actually play a lot of 2020 cricket going up. So I think it's nice that in this era there is access to 2020 cricket. Guys are watching it, but it's obviously with the aim for it to be used correctly. You know, use the ability to swing like a nice shot like that. Get that habit. Get that feeling in your body.
Yeah, he's put that over mid on.
Oh, that's 4 runs.
4? Yeah, it's gone for 4.
It's gone for 4. I think.
That's a really handy boundary from Jake Kusadaman.
That's what you want to see from his partner. It's a great shot.
Yeah, the technique thing is interesting, isn't it? Like, you know, and when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, it was all about technique, playing the V.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, whereas you just don't have time to do that in T20.
I think a lot of the guys nowadays have a lot of access to coaching, private coaching, so it's nice to see guys.
Going up in the air to mid off, he's under.
Oh, it's gone over him.
Over his head. Or it could be a run out chance. No, that's a chance gone missing there for the Turtles.
It's gone straight over him.
Sorry, you were saying about the.
Yeah, a lot of guys have access to coaching and information, so it gets a little bit too technical too quickly. And I think it's important kids learn that feeling of what do they do when they're trying to hit the ball and trying to actually get runs when they're batting, because ultimately there's no point having great technique and you can't get any runs. Blocking. So I think there's that good balance where, you know, you're encouraging kids to actually hit the ball, have a bat swing, and figure that out, because every guy will have a different technique when they're trying to hit, different swings when they're trying to hit, and they'll through a little bit of like, I can say like adventuring and finding out what that is like. It's always easier to go back and block.
Yeah,
it's tough to, you know, block, and then try to figure out how to swing. So that's the good thing about having access to 2020 cricket like it at this age now.
Yeah, exactly. Another run to square leg for Kato Stafford, and the end of the over. The score moves on to, wait for our scorecard to refresh here. 45 for 3 at the halfway mark. Yeah, I think the thing where young people could get caught out is like they're thinking about, you know, do I block or do I hit? But like you say, it's much easier to, if you're planning to hit the ball and then you go back to block it, it's not difficult. Yeah. But if you're thinking I'm going to block it and then try and hit for 6,
it's very tough to go the other way around. I actually think it's there used to be that big saying with the Aussies of Aussie guys used to say where you're thinking 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. You're thinking boundary first. 3, 2, 1. It's very tough to go the other way and think 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and that's one thing I have seen. Yeah, there is a encouragement of the guys looking positive, looking to score, and like you say, you can always go the other way around if you get a good ball. I think this over something could happen. I have a feeling at the halfway point.
Yeah, it's almost time, isn't it? And this is
2 lefties.
Wadiga is continuing. He's bowled quite well.
He's bowled really well.
Bowled stump to stump, and you know, I think he's only gone for 9 runs off his 3 overs so far with a wicket in there. Comes down. That's a great shot.
Got to happen this over, so.
That's exactly. We were talking before, Todd and I, and not many of the batsmen today have used their feet at all.
Yeah, it's nice to see him use his feet, especially with the ball turning away from him.
Are you a guy who gets down the wicket if you can?
Unfortunately, those who teach can't always do. So I'm not a big guy that uses. I prefer to use my feet if the ball's turning into me. But I think it's really nice that he's taking that risk, because when the ball's turning away and you use your feet, often you get a little bit more room. He's caught him on the full there, though. Yeah,
he hit that nicely out the middle for 4, and that one's gone down leg side for wide. So this is the start, 5 off 1 ball.
Yeah, that's 5 off 1, and that's what happens when you take that smart risk, mid off up.
Yeah.
You put him under pressure. He's now bowled a wide, so it's on him now just to stay calm.
So
because the bowler is under pressure.
That's a good ball. You mentioned before about hitting the ball. So when you say teach the young kids to hit the ball, do you mean hit it hard? like hit through the ball as hard as they can?
Yeah, well, the thing is that everyone hits the ball differently. Like,
Yep.
I'm a lefty, but I don't hit the ball exactly the same as, for instance, Miller. He hits it even harder.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a really good shot
That's a
again. He's got across and
I really like the options he's taken today, Stafford, because he's hopped across, he's walked at him or double stepped, so he's not allowing the offie to settle.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't necessarily say that that's his matchup, but
Yeah,
the
they've-
options he's taken in this over are really good.
yeah, they've got 7 off 3, so that's a really good start. But I think now it's important for him not to get carried away and give that wicket up, right? That's very important.
And that's the tough thing with 2020 is that, you know, things are happening quickly and you almost feel like you can go every ball now, adrenaline's pumping, you're feeling good, and it's just how do you stay calm, stay present, and make sure that, like at the beginning of the over, he keeps taking the right options.
Yeah, so do you, back to the hitting the ball hard, do you do batting exercises that allows you to like smack the ball?
Yeah, some guys do different exercises, and
Oh,
that's,
that's another
nice
good shot. Lap around the corner, he should get 2 there.
Should get 2 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guys do hitting drills. I do a couple of hitting drills, and it's more just basically drills that allow for me to practice how I swing the bat. And everyone swings the bat a little bit differently. I mean, you've got bat swings like pointing bat on the ground, Prithvi Shaw bat up. So just practicing those hitting techniques with your kind of swing and your technique. There's no point practicing hitting the ball, but now you have a different technique in the game.
Yeah.
All that
Yeah,
stuff. So
exactly.
it's getting that feeling of really trying to hit the ball hard, but within your way of batting.
That's the end of the over. The Dragons move on to 3 for 54 off 11 with Kazuma Kato Stafford on 25 and Jake Kusadanan on 11. Both batsmen going quite well. And that was a good, productive over. Yeah, so it's something that, like hitting the ball, I've noticed a bit recently watching T20 the last 10 years that a lot of batsmen seem to even hit baseball style, like get into position, lock that back leg, and then just whack it like a baseball shot. Mitch Marsh does it really well. Yes. And I've been involved in coaching in baseball here, and
Okay.
my kids in their junior baseball, and they lock that back knee
Yes.
and just don't move, and then
Bang.
just swing as hard as you can, basically.
I think the thought behind that back leg not really moving is it keeps your hip engaged and doesn't allow your hands to go too early through the ball.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time when guys are obviously really trying to hit the ball, you find that their hands basically disengage from the swing way too early, and they've already tried to make contact with the ball full extended, so the timing is off. So I think that back leg kind of allows your hands and your hip to stay connected for a little bit longer, and make sure that when you're really snapping, it's at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to change a bowler here. Right arm off spinner Yuki Ozeki is into the attack, bowling around the wicket to the left-handers. Yeah, definitely, and that's the baseball thinking is too. You get into position and then you just snap that right, extend your both wrists together and crack through the ball. Yeah.
Exactly. You watch those baseball guys training. It's a lot about that hip-hand connection.
Oh, he's had to go at that straight to mid-wicket, unfortunately.
Shot.
Good fielding.
Really good field.
Yeah, it's repetitive, and obviously baseball's different because the ball's always coming at waist height, basically. It's never coming off the pitch, so it's a little bit different. It must have been close to the stumps.
Really close. Yeah, again, I think something in the next over or this over, something's definitely going to happen. You can feel it from both batters. They're getting a little bit itchier.
Oh, he's thrown that one up and
Shot down the ground.
they've got to push for 2 here, but he's fallen over. He's
Yeah,
okay,
that's
though.
definitely 2.
I think that's something that
Great shot.
that I like in the cricket coaching that I'm doing is that I focus on is the running between wickets.
Yeah.
Is that a big thing for you guys at the international level?
I think it's for us. It's the running between the wickets is like a non-negotiable. It's just something you should be doing at the highest intensity that you can, because it's runs out there. At the end of the day,
Let's hit another one.
if you're batting and you're not running hard, you're not getting as many runs as you possibly can.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they're obvious ones. I'm not going to say that I'm curly between the wickets and sprinting all the time, because that would be a lie if anyone's watched. But I mean, if a ball's going straight to sweep, I'm probably not going to sprint as hard as I can. But if there's a bit of a gap, there's an option for 2. If you run that first one hard, you give yourself a chance. Like
There's
this.
2 chance here. Yeah.
If they run really hard, that is 2.
leads they get 2, yeah.
There we go. And it's just sometimes got to identify, obviously, like, okay, that's an opportunity.
Yeah, I was
You put a lot
talking.
of pressure on fielders when you run that hard.
Exactly,
because
exactly.
You know, that last second they look up to
They're
see if
looking
you're
up, yeah.
pushing. You get a lot of runs like that.
End of the over there. The score, that was another productive over. The score moves to 3 for 61. So there's 54 runs to get in 8 overs. And the run rate's
Nice and
increased. It's down to under 7, so that's very good. Yeah, I think, you know, even just pointing out to people when they're running, it's like if you don't run hard and you miss one run's not a big deal, but it can be in
Yes,
T20. But
in
then if you
T20
don't,
you
if you do it twice, that's 2.
2 runs, yeah.
And then if you bat for 20 overs, or even in a test match, you bat for 80 overs, if an extra 40 runs,
It makes a big
it's
difference.
huge. Do you want to make 60 or do you want to make 100?
100.
Yeah,
100%.
Give me 100 any day. Looks like we've got to change a bowler here.
I want to change the pace of the game. I like this decision. They've gone with the spinners for a while.
Yeah, that 2 spinners, and they've brought a pace bowler back in. I'm not quite sure who it is just yet. We'll wait and see if it updates. Okay, it looks like Jisei Ando is coming to the attack.
I like this change from the captain because obviously he's identified that they've had the spinners on for a while. Partnership is going quite nicely. We'll just change the pace of the game and see what happens. Shot.
It's a good start. Yeah, we've got a regulation field here. Fine legs up in the circle. Third man is wide on the fence. We've got a backward point. Deep cover.
They've got 5 in the ring. I like that. I mean, they're obviously trying to apply some pressure, not allow for too many singles. I don't think the fine leg needs to be up, but I'd like the fact that they've got 5 guys up and trying to. Oh, great shot!
Stafford has just belted that past mid-off.
I really like that option he's taken there. He's literally just shuffled into his channel there, giving the bowler nowhere to go.
Yeah,
and pumped him over his head. I really like that.
And again, that's like you say, that's a smart risk. He's not, you know, opening up his stumps or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. He's taken basically a decision out by hopping across there, and he's hit down the ground. So, and with that comes a change. Middle goes all the way back down to mid-on, or long off.
So I'd like to ask you a question about your technique in particular. So for you talked about when you were younger, you know, the coaches are technique. Now that you're in the national setup, has it changed since, you know, like 5 or 6 years ago?
The thing is that I think if you watch any players now, is your technique does change depending on where you play, who you're playing against, and it's usually subtle changes, not big changes. And there are small ones that you make changes to, and usually, you know, when you're going through a little bit of a dip, it's because you forget some of the basic technical things that you usually do. But as you get on, that's a no ball. That could be costly.
Yeah.
As you get on in your international career, and even in your first class career, you start to worry a lot less about technique, and it's more about batsmanship, understanding, especially in white ball formats, game plans, being able to identify what the bowler's trying to do according to the field, when exactly you should be pulling the trigger in a white ball game. It becomes more of that, less about your real technique. Because the technique is probably what gets you into the innings, so it gets you your first 15, 20 runs. But after that, it's about your ability to make the right decision, to stay calm, pick gaps, pick bowlers that you want to take on, maybe bowlers that are a bit better than you on that day, and getting off strike.
Yeah.
And that it becomes a lot more about that. You can get fixated in your technical stuff, but I find that, like I said, your technique probably gets you your first 15, 20 runs, and then after that, it's your mind and your batsmanship.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. We've got a change in the field here for the free hit. The square leg is going. Probably should be on the fence. He's not quite all the way. So we've got fine leg in the circle and 3 fielders out on the leg side.
Option he takes, yeah.
Oh, he's bowled a wide. Yeah, that's probably not the best spot to bowl. Kazuma Kato Stafford advanced down the pitch, and the bowler probably saw him coming and just put it wide.
I'll push it past him.
Yeah. And so what's your mindset for a free hit?
Well, just
give it
it's a free hit.
Yeah.
I always try my best to not do too much on the free hit. So basically, like, you know, start switch hitting and stuff like that. Because I think if at least bat on ball, the last thing you want is a dot ball.
Yeah, like that's gone. That's a dot ball. It's just a waste.
Yeah, so I try my best.
Especially with a field spread on the leg side.
Could be 2 on that ball, or at least 4. So I mean, when I was a bit younger, I used to try all sorts of things in a free hit because I'm like, oh, I can do stuff. But now I'm like,
Because you can't get out.
you
right?
can't get out. Yeah, exactly. So you have fun with it when you're a bit younger. But as you get older, I'm like, make sure you're nice and still, get bat on ball, and give yourself a chance to get some actual runs.
Because it's sort of goes against the fundamentals of cricket, right? You can't get out.
Yeah, exactly.
That,
you can't get
that
out.
only happened when we were kids off your first ball in the backyard, right?
First ball grace, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, unless it was your brother bowling to you, he didn't
really
agree
care.
with it. No, just get out, you're done. So, yeah, like it's something that that's come into the game, and
Look, I do agree with it. I think it's nice to have that. People obviously, you bowl a no ball, you get punished, but it can go. That's a catching opportunity.
Fallen safely.
Fallen safely.
Yeah, just come off the toe of the bat, I think, from Kusada. And that was another good over from the Dragons. This game's getting a bit tight here.
I think if they keep the run rate at least under 7s, they should feel comfortable as long as none of the batters in their panic.
Yeah. 3 for 71 off 13, so we got 7 overs to go. And we need 44 runs at a run rate of 6.2. So they've knocked the run rate down from over 7, it was 7.3 or 4 before, and it's now down to 6.3. And if we got another change, no, we got the same right arm offie here. Ryuki Ozeki's going to continue. No, he's not. I can't quite see his number. Number 3. Niha Palmer, the captain's brought himself on.
I like that.
Right arm leg spin.
As the game gets a little bit tight, bring yourself on, skipper.
Yeah. Then at least you got no one to blame. Then you only got yourself. Although he's bowling
if you
the
get
two.
it right, you look like a hero.
Yeah, 2 left-handers. So as a leg spinner, that could be interesting. But they've got a decent-sized boundary out there to square leg and mid-wicket. It's a good hit to get there.
Yeah, it's not much of a breeze as well, so it's a big boundary out there.
But if he puts it up outside off stump, he could go through the offside. He's lucky there. That was quite short and quite slow, but might have caught the batsman by surprise.
Yeah,
there.
I think so.
There it is,
Shot.
outside
That's a
off,
really good
and
shot.
that will get at
They're
least
going to have
2.
to run hard, yeah.
If they push, no, they're just going through for a comfortable 2.
Nice.
Nice batting from Kusada down there. He's played quite well.
He's played quite well. And that's a really nice shot against a turn through the offside.
Yeah, I think when it's wide like that, you see the space on the leg side, but you're much better to play it out through there where there's actually space as well.
Exactly.
Oh, he's just played that. Do you target leg spinners as a left-hander?
So I think nowadays the word everyone talks about is your matchups.
Yep.
So I think some leggies are as a lefty are actually a little bit tougher to hit because they use the angle of the crease and bowl almost across you, and they want you to try access the leg side.
Yeah.
So they're bowling like more toppies and googlies. So like someone like an Imran Tahiya would be someone that does that. They almost bowl across you, and they're not so easy
they
to
don't
hit.
spin it into you.
Yeah.
Who's the toughest to face out of the leg spinners that you've come across?
I think Kuldeep is a pretty good spinner.
Yeah.
Really, really well hidden.
Hard to pick.
Faced Mujib in the SA20, he was really tough to pick. I mean, I know he's not a leggy, but he bowls everything.
Yeah.
And then I think the obvious one in white ball cricket would be Rashid Khan. That's a nice touch around the corner.
Yeah, that's very good. He's going to get 2.
It's a nice way to get runs
there.
as well.
Yeah.
Just calm, boom, that's your gap.
Well, there's your 2 again,
Yeah,
as
exactly.
you said. You don't need to hit 4s.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Rashid Khan.
Rashid Khan is definitely. I
think
think
he it through too.
He beats you with the pace.
Yeah.
I think that's where he gets most of his wickets. He doesn't really miss the stumps too much. So if you do make a mistake or risk, it's off the line of the
Gets
stumps.
a lot of LBs.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think he's been a success in the Big Bash in Australia.
Shot.
That is a good shot. He probably don't know to get one there. With the Aussie wickets getting that bit of extra bounce too.
And zip off the wicket, he probably beats a lot of guys. Yeah.
But you still get the LBs the way because he sort of bowls that lower
trajectory. Yeah.
Okay, let's check the score here.
Got a couple some drinks coming out. I wonder if there's going to be a message from the coach or from the captain there.
Could be.
Usually what happens at this time.
You met Kendall yesterday.
Yes.
Kendall Fleming. He's involved in the coaching.
Yes.
So, I don't think
really nice guy.
I don't think they have to change too much here at the moment. Jake Kusadanan is on 19 off 24. He's increased his scoring, and Kazuma's up to a strike rate of 75, 37 off 49. 38 runs required in 6 overs. So I think
Yeah,
the way they're going.
They just stay nice and calm, keep making the right options. The boundary will definitely come.
Yeah. If you were captaining in the field now, would you think about bringing an extra guy up to try and get that wicket, or?
Well, the thing is that I think, like I liked a bit earlier when they made a change in the pace. They started the over with 5 guys.
They're bringing back their opening bowler now.
I think that's a really cool change.
He bowled really well. The ball was swinging Abdullah Sajid. So
I think it's nice that they've brought the opening bowler now. For me, that kind of shows that the captains realize that this is the earlier he makes his play, is the best chance he has of winning the game. Because if he takes it all the way to the 20th, they'll probably win.
With the wickets in hand.
With the wickets in hand, exactly. So this is the time for him to make the play, and that shows, for me, good, astute captaincy.
Yeah, last year when Josh Brown was here for the JPL, he was in the team that I coached, the Conso Chargers, and he was talking about that too. He said there's no point waiting till the 18th over, 19th over to bring the field in because it's already over
too
by
late.
then.
Exactly. So this is a nice change, and I think he can even.
Oh, he's bowled that down leg side. That's a wide. Probably didn't need that. Yeah, because
I think this is the kind of guy that these bowlers, these batters now, this is where they've got to identify. They brought their best bowler on, or their opening bowler on. I don't have to take him on. If I get 6 or 7 off this over, I've done my job. And as a captain, that's where you got to play with the guy's mind and maybe bring that mid on up.
Yeah,
or long on up.
Because these guys are both set too, so they're going to beat you with singles.
Exactly.
And the odd 4 edge or something like that. I mean, even square leg, I'd probably bring square leg in just in front of the umpire and short cover. Yeah. Bring him into a single saving position.
Yeah,
because if you give them ones, it's just a, death by 1,000 cuts.
Exactly, and with that that wide, they only need another 4 or 5 singles, and they've done their job.
So even as a guy like you who goes pretty hard, hits it hard, when you get a situation like this, is it hard for you to rein it back in when you the game's set up here for 2 set batsmen to push singles, or there's a run out chance? Oh, he would have been gone.
They're both at one side.
Oh,
there was a real opportunity there.
They did get one, I think.
Yeah, they did get one.
Both went halfway, went back. They should have got 2. They both went up and down.
At one side, yeah.
Yeah, is it hard for you to rein it in? Because, as I said, when I grew up in the 80s playing, you just saw the game out. You didn't give your wicket away, but it's a little bit different now. Would you go for it?
Yeah, so I think nowadays is, the motto is kind of like, we used to always take it deep.
Yeah.
But I think in this situation, one of you guys is in, okay, not necessarily against the new or the opening bowler, but if there's an opportunity to take someone on and, finish the game in the 16th over, for instance, for a bonus point, or, finish in the 18th, go for it. Because I think the longer you take it deep sometimes, it can make it a bit nerve-wracking at the end. And it doesn't need to be. But in this situation, I think if these two can just get off strike, get 7 off the over, and if that leggy comes on again, 2 lefties, then that's your chance to, that over goes for 20, it's game done.
Bowler's coming around the wicket now.
I like this change in the angle, I think.
Yeah, I think I'd bring mid on up though.
Yes.
And bring square leg in. There's too many easy singles. So I think too, if you think talking about international cricket, the batsmen that bat at that's a good shot. You get 2 there.
Should get 2 there if they run really hard.
Yeah, easy 2. Well run. That was an easy 2. They said no.
They didn't really run hard enough, did they?
No, and the guys batting at 7, 8, 9, 10 can actually bat as well in international cricket.
That's the thing. And that's the thing, you have to trust them almost sometimes.
Yeah, whereas in cricket, that lower level cricket, you sort of your top 5. If they don't get the runs, it makes it very hard for a guy to come in then, or a girl to come in and smack it out the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's out. He's cleaned him up, gone straight through him. He might have got an inside edge onto that level.
And that's exactly what the captain wanted.
Yeah, that's really good captaincy. And good bowling.
Good execution. I like that angle with his action from around the wicket. Oof, well bowled.
Yeah.
Spearing Yorker.
Yeah, right on the crease line. That makes it very interesting now.
Now it just
starts
to get a little bit nerve-wracking. The run rate situation wouldn't have changed too much.
No, that was a good over again, but 6.5 now they need.
But the new batter, you really hope the new batter comes in with the right intensity, so he gets off strike his first couple of balls. Last thing you want is the new batter to come in, dot up a bit, and then what happens is the guy that's in is has the pressure and
yeah,
tries to hit,
yeah.
and he goes out, and now you got 2 new batters in. So you really want to guard against that situation. So you want the new batter coming in to get off strike, make sure he's at the right intensity of the game.
Yeah. Do you as a set batsman, you'd be giving him that instruction, just get me back on strike. Let's run 1s and 2s, right? There's no...
Well, yeah, especially with the score, with the run rate. You know, it's not even necessarily the run rate. A lot of the time, new guys come in this situation. You see it all the time, even at the highest level. The new guy comes in and tries to whack it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dot, dot, dot.
Yeah,
He's
dot,
placed
dot,
three,
yeah.
3 balls, and the guy that's actually in and set now has pressure to hit, and he goes out. So, yeah, if I was in there with him, I'd just be saying, get off strike, mate. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to be the hero today.
Well, that's where the captain also, Nihal Palmer, who's bowling from this end now, he also needs to realise that when the new guy's on strike and
Bring a couple guys in.
Yeah, get him in, because if he just leaves the field like this, it's easy singles.
Exactly. And what you want is that you want the new guy to take a risk early.
Yeah.
Lose a wicket because it's a dot ball and a
Yeah,
wicket.
exactly. Yeah, well, the dot balls are valuable now, aren't they? They're as good
Exactly.
as wickets.
Exactly.
So we're looking at 4 for... Just let me check the scoreboard refresh here. 4 for 81.
Shot.
Oh, good fielding. Very good. And that guy's in to save the single. That's
Yeah.
where he should be.
I like that.
Yeah. He's flighted that.
Oh,
and
here we
it's
are.
gone
There's an
in the
opportunity.
air.
Oh, he's overrun it.
Wicket.
Yoki.
He's got it.
Yoki's got good hands out there. I was doing some fielding drills with him yesterday.
That was a very good catch.
He made that look pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what we were speaking about. Lose the new guy,
Yeah.
use the guy that's already in. You've got 2 new guys, and the game can
Now,
just change
now it's changed completely, hasn't it?
out of nowhere. And
Because
that's,
as
all it takes.
those singles that were coming freely have dried up all of a sudden.
yeah. Look, for me, I think the guy that's in now, Stafford, he'll probably be disappointed that he hasn't taken the team home because he's batted really well, and he probably would have wanted to take the guys home.
Yes, he. I mean, whether he needed to play that shot or not, but if he hits it 5 meters either side, he's probably got 4. So yeah.
Look, it's a nice positive option. It's a left hand. It's a leggy turning it into him. So it's not completely the wrong option, but this stage of the game, probably had to be the guy to keep the
so
ball on the ground and take
he's
the
out for
lead.
39 off 53 with 2 boundaries. It was a good innings. He did well, but yeah, he'll be kicking himself. He didn't get the job done. And the new batsman is. Let's wait for the scoreboard here. Oh, he's come down the
Shot.
track and
I like that first ball.
Yeah,
Shows
there
a bit
could
of
be
intent.
2
If
here.
you run hard, there's 2.
Oh, they come back. They're in
It's a bit
stripes
late.
now.
Oh, he's giving him out.
I thought he might have been safe.
I thought he was a bit. I thought he was safe.
Anyway, long way from here.
Long way from yeah. He's
See,
giving
that's
him
a-
out.
that's a
bit
big
tough one
wicket.
because he hasn't even faced the ball yet. I think he's
No,
out.
that's a long walk to the wicket. That's young. Who's come and gone there? Rizvik, Siva Kumar, young Chiba Shark would be, not too happy with that. It's a longer walk when you go out without facing a ball, isn't it?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've had it once or twice. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible feeling.
At least if you go out for golden duck yourself, it's your own fault, right?
your own chance. Yes,
Or
exactly.
at the whatever. But when that happens, that's when cricket's a lovely game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great humbler,
Yeah.
great leveler.
So now things have tightened up. That's 2 wickets in 3 balls, 2 balls.
Out of nowhere, really.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what happened there.
6 for
Captain
81.
brings back the opening bowler. He takes a wicket, and all of a sudden,
Suddenly that run rate of is gone up to 7.29.
Yeah, from
It was
6.5.
6.5 in 4 balls ago when they were cruising before Jake went out. He's bowled a bit of. Oh, look
arm ball.
out! Jeez, don't run
it's a
there.
really nice arm ball. That
Yeah. He's bowling well.
shot.
That's going to fall safely. They've got to push for 2. You might not get it, but no, just the 1. Good fielding.
Yeah, I
So
think
this
that-
young fella Palmer, he made 160 last week.
Yeah, I saw the post. He batted really well. I watched him in the net yesterday when the guys
Hits
were
them well.
training. Got a really nice technique. Hits the ball nice and late. Even just from the questions he asked, You can see he's an astute cricketer, a real thinker,
He's beaten the bat there outside off. Was it
and loves cricket.
hung the bat out there to dry? That's a very good over for
Really
the
good over.
Turtles. The Turtles are almost back in control of the game now, I'd say. 6 for 83. That was a huge over. The run rate required has gone up to 8 per over now. 32 in 4 overs with 4 wickets in hand.
Come a lot closer.
Yeah. Well, we were talking an over and a half ago. All they got to do is push the singles, and all of a sudden, would you play it now where one guy has a bit of a crack?
Well, I think if you think about it, the 24 balls, 32 runs, I think you only really need 4 boundaries in the next 24 balls. If you get a couple of 1s and 2s,
We're going to change a bowler here.
you only really need 4 or 5 boundaries. So no one has to pull the trigger so early. Shot. That's a really nice sweep.
That's 4.
Just behind square. That's a great way to start his over.
So Sajid Abdullah came back and took the wicket for his captain and changed the game, and then they've gone to the leg spinner Sanam Luitel, who has been hit for 4 behind square leg in his first ball. Very nice sweep shot.
Really nice sweep shot. That's a tough one. Captain could probably gamble and go again with the opening bowler and try to kill the game there.
Yeah, I think
It's one of those 50-50 decisions you have to go with your gut.
he's got away with that. Yeah, he probably didn't need to bowl another bowler now.
No, I think at this time you want to go to your crunch bowlers. But
Yeah,
look, sometimes bowling spin at the death works for charm because it's tough for guys to generate pace with the ball.
and they've 2 new batsmen, I
Exactly.
suppose, too. He's thrown that up and jeez, dribbles one out behind square.
I
The
really
fielders
like that
are
he's
up and
throwing it
about
up
now.
there.
We've got a field placements mid-off, sort of directly behind short cover. I'm not sure what's going on there. Deep cover, short third man, short cover. Oh, he's thrown that up. That's a good ball. Fine legs inside the square. Mid-wicket's really short. And then we've got square leg, mid-wicket.
He's got to be looking to get off strike, yeah.
He's got the baseball stance there. Oh. That wasn't a convincing stroke by any means. And he's continuing to throw the ball up here. He's after the
Taking the risk,
wicket.
I like
Yeah.
that. He's after the wicket.
Well, it's a big boundary out there, and they're hitting against the spin. Oh, it's another good ball.
Shot.
And they've got to push for 2 here. They're going to have a crack at it. I wouldn't go, but yeah, well done. Good fielding. That's the end of the over.
Over, I think.
It's gone now 6 for 90. 6 for 89. 26 runs in 3 overs. So that required boundary rate has gone up a little bit. Yeah, that was a very good over from Sanam Luitel. Will Palmer bowl himself again? Looks like it. Yeah, good on him. You like to see a captain that wants to, influence the game.
Yeah. As I said the other day, I watched him in the nets yesterday. He's got a really good technique. Even the questions he asks about batting, you can see he's got a bright future.
Does he spin the ball a lot?
Yeah, I think for me, he's quite accurate. You only need to turn the ball a little bit as a leggy. You don't need to turn it miles. It just has to be able to turn enough to beat the bat.
The batter sneaks one to square leg and runs through for a single.
I think these next 2 balls are vital.
That's Enrico Nagao is at the crease.
He needs to make sure he can get off strike. Can't have too many more dots.
Yeah. He's dropped that in
Shot.
short, and he's
Run
going to
hard,
get
that
2.
should be
Get
2.
there, boys. Might get 3. No, probably not. Good fielding. That's a good
fielding,
arm.
Great arm out there.
Very good. I think that's Jose Ando on the fence out there at mid-wicket. He was quick to the ball and
Picked
just
it up
let it
one
rip.
hand.
Palmer's thrown that up. Oh, that's a good shot.
I do like
well
about
done.
Palmer is he gets through his over quite quickly. He almost tries to rush you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He doesn't need to be running.
I don't know if he needs to run, but like he just, as you look up, he's ready to bowl.
Yeah,
And sometimes can be unsettling. Look here.
Oh, he's
There he
clean
is.
bowled him. What? That's gone. He's gone down to sort of hoiked that around behind square leg and missed it completely, and the stumps are in tatters there at the batsman's end.
As he looks up. As he looks up, boom, ready to bowl, yeah. Just catches you unaware. It's street smart cricket, I like that.
Yeah, if you were facing that, you'd be
just pull
pulling away and say, mate,
Pull away.
yeah. Maybe an inexperienced batter.
Exactly.
That's a very, very important wicket. 7 for 92. The run rate's up to 9 now with the last 3 batsmen at the crease.
So 23 runs here from 14 balls.
Yeah. They need boundaries now. I mean, that's probably the shot that had to be played. He had to clear the boundary, and there was a lot of space down there.
No, it's not the worst option to take. So you just didn't as well as you would have liked.
No, look at well bowled again by Palmer. He's definitely scooting through his. Maybe they're on the clock. I'm not sure of the time. Yeah, I've just heard from our special analyst here that they are behind the clock. Oh, this could be trouble.
This could be
Oh,
trouble.
no.
Oh,
The fielders have run into each other. They might have been snoozing a bit there at cover too.
interesting to see who brings on now. Brings
The
the leggy
spinner's
back
gonna
on again.
keep going. It's probably not a bad idea to keep him going. Like I said, they've got the long boundary.
They hit out there against the turn.
Yeah.
One of them's going to have to take a risk here, and I don't know what their options are, but they're going to have to take a risk in this over.
So we got Arpan Chowdhury at the crease here. Yeah, he's almost got to go from the start
Wonder
here.
if he'll keep flighting it up.
Yep.
Love that.
He's got a hold of it. That's between the fielders, and he's
got
it's
4.
Yeah, that's a great start.
That's a proper shot against a turn. I love that slog sweep
Yeah.
option.
So that
18 needed off 11 balls.
18 off 11. That's very handy.
That boundary comes in good time. See if you can keep going. Don't think he's tossing the next one off.
Oh, he has. Oh no, the man's there. Probably not the best option with a little fine leg there.
Toss it up. I really thought he was going to go for that slog sweep again.
Yeah, there's because the mid wicket went around to mid on. The
Yeah,
two fielders are beside each other out there sharing notes on the pitch, I think. Oh, he's thrown that up and he's
Yeah,
got
take
to
your
go.
one.
They'll get one there.
Take your
Fielders
one.
in and jumping throw. That's interesting. Probably not what your bowler needs to hit him in the shins. But, anyway, we all feel differently, don't we? Righto. It's game on here.
This ball is massive. I'm sure he needs to play that lap.
He's thrown it up
There we
again,
go.
and he'll get 2, will he?
I
No,
think
the
Yoke
fielder's
up-
in on it.
Yoke up
No.
is a pretty good
Yeah,
fielder.
that's a good piece of
Yeah.
fielding. Young Yuki Ozeki, very quick across the outfield.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good finish to the over from young Sanam Lutel.
One more ball left.
All right, I thought the umpire's reaching for his hat.
Yeah,
Sorry, boys.
saw that too.
15 off 7. He's had a
Oh, he's
crack.
had a crack at that. He's going for it.
It's been
Oh, I
dropped,
think
taken
captain.
taken by mid-on.
I think Palmer's caught that.
Yeah, Palmer's held on. That's a very good catch. I mean,
Good running catch.
the batsman had to have a go then because it was the last ball of the over anyway.
Yeah,
And
it's great to get 3 hits.
the bigger hitter is on at the other end. Who's going to bowl the last over?
And that would be interesting to see.
Hiratsuka maybe has the ball in hand. Is it? Kazumasa. Yeah, he's standing at the crease, directing fielders. He bowled a very good spell early on.
What do you go for?
He bowled 3 overs, none for 13. But you know,
It's a
possibly
brilliant
could have had a wicket or 2.
I think captain's done well then to make sure he keeps one for him at the death.
So we need 15. 15 off the last over. Kasumasa. Hiratsuka is coming in to bowl now. The field's set. Chris Bain says, let's go. Hang on. No, we're not ready yet. Field's spread all around here at SICG. Oh, no, still we're not ready. There's about 3 different captains here at the moment. And I'm not sure if Palmer's one of them. Everyone's waving their arms around. Here we go. Kazumasa comes in.
Oh,
Bowled
that should be
it,
two
decent
for
ball. They've
guys.
got to go for two here, boys. Yep, they're away. Fielder throws the ball in. Oh, he's
Oh.
slow. Gee, it would have been out.
Moving up.
Yeah, that's a good start. That's what's required. Two off the first ball.
Need a boundary, yeah. Need a boundary.
Where would you be targeting? What's your go-to shot?
I think his best option is probably mid-off. But the way he looks like he bowls, he's got to maybe try to see if he can access over mid-off.
Oh, that's a
Or
good
nice
ball.
and straight, that's a good
Well,
shot.
the
Should be
runners.
two. They
Oh,
run
yeah,
hard.
they'll get two here. Yeah, that's a good start again.
Well done. Yeah, I think with the way he bowls, try to see if he could open up a little bit.
It's 4 off the over.
Over extra
11,
cover.
11 off 4. And Chowdhury, he's 7 off 5.
And Chowdhury make himself a hero, yeah.
He's thrown it up. He's
Oh,
missed
wow,
it.
bowled.
Well bowled. That makes the equation
Nailed that
very
Yorker.
interesting. Yeah, the dot ball wasn't what was required then.
Oh,
He's chipped
shot.
that out. He's
Gotta
got.
go
They've got to
two.
go for
You've
two.
gotta go
The
for
bats-
two anyway.
The runner's coming back.
Go.
The fielder gets the ball.
Run
They'll get
hard.
back safely. Oh,
Oh.
just. He needs to change his gearbox, I think, in his car. It looks like it's not refreshing. Is that 105 now? 9 off 3 or 2. We're just waiting for our scoreboard to refresh here. It's a bit slow. 9 off 2.
This is it.
This has to go. Oh, he's dropped it in the wicket, but he hasn't been able to. The batsman, runner's got to come back. No, they've given up the ghost.
That's pretty much
That's
it,
just about all she wrote.
The Dragons will be a little bit disappointed that it's got to this. They had the game in control there.
Righto, the last ball of this match is about to happen. It's pretty much a non-event now, unless he bowls at 4 no balls or something. 8 runs off 1 ball. I mean, we've seen funnier things happen on a cricket field, but I think Kasamasa has bowled very well today, Hiratsuka. So I can't imagine that he's going to try anything crazy here. Here's the last ball of the match. 8 runs required to win. Oh, it's hit the mid-off. He's dropped it. They run through for 1, and the Turtles hang on to win by 7 runs. It's a good game.
Great comeback from the Turtles. At one point, you would have thought the Dragons were going to walk it.
Well, we were talking about that, weren't we, Tony? That they just needed singles and a couple of fours to win about 4 overs ago. But yeah, it turned on its head. That wicket, the change of bowler when the captain Palmer brought on Sajid to come and bowl the opener, and he cleaned up Jake.
Change of the game there.
Yeah, and then the next over they got another wicket. And I'd like to say thank you very much for Tony Azorzi for joining us, the South African international player. It's really good to hear his insightful comments about how the game's played, and hopefully we can see him whack the ball around, but not so much against the Aussies in the Test Championship, mate.
No, thanks a lot, Nick.
50's enough, mate. 50's
enough.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot,
No,
guys.
we'll be-
Thanks for having me.
Thank you
Hope
very
have the
much.
next one
We'll
as
be
well.
back. We're back for the second game in about an hour's time.